Welcome to Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from Central California with your hosts Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas. Broadcasting video worldwide at ParanormalCentral.net and broadcasting audio on the Dark Matter Network at ArtBell.com. Are you ready to witness something that you cannot explain?
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe the unexplained? Look into the sky. You realize you're not alone. Open your eyes. You can find trails that control.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Paranormal Central, broadcasting live from the central part of California in the bottom left-hand corner of what they call the Nevada Triangle. Fresno, California would be the city. My name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I am your host for the show. Also the founder of a group called the Sanger Paranormal Society. We are just not talk show hosts here. We are actually investigators, so I do have a team. Been over now going 11 years. So we investigate everything that's paranormal, and we get into conspiracy theories. We talk about it all here. And I don't do this by myself. As you can see to my right, to your left, Alan Thomas, my co-host.
Hi, everyone.
And men and womaning the boards back in the corners of the studio is Emerald Bonilla, who's not feeling too good this morning today. All right, thank you for showing up wherever you may be. If you are watching us at livestream.com, then you are looking at us right now. If you are listening to us on the Dark Matter Network at artbell.com, you can go to the homepage, and we will be talking to Danny Valderrama, our Squatch reporter, and he has sent them the photographs that we are going to be talking about tonight, so you can go straight there and look at them while we are talking to them. And like I said, if you are watching us at live stream, then I will put them up on the screen so you can see them here too as well. Thank you for showing up, guys. Appreciate it. Last week we had a killer show, and we left out a lot of stuff. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that stuff today and get into a bunch of other good stuff. So sit back, relax. Hope you have a nice, warm, whatever you are having. It doesn't matter. We're going to go 3 hours tonight, just like every Sunday. At a halfway through the show, we will take a break, about a 5-minute break for you guys who want to get up and go get something to eat or, go to the bathroom. And then we'll let you do that and then come back. So let's go ahead and contact Danny Valderrama. Mr. Valderrama, are you there?
3 hours?
Yes, 3 hours.
Crazy?
I know, that's crazy, isn't it? That means we have to listen. Oh, whoops. So, all right. So, Danny, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Well,
tired.
Yeah, I bet. I mean, you and Alan just are not having a good Thanksgiving.
No, doesn't even seem like it.
No, I don't know if you want to talk about it or not, but you were at the hospital.
Yeah, my father-in-law had a pacemaker put in today.
Did it come out okay?
He's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
What's that?
Did it come out okay?
Yeah, he's doing a lot better. His heartbeat's normal.
Oh, no, he flatlined.
What's that? Hello?
Oh, shit. I swear I didn't do that. Did you hear that, Danny?
Yeah, I heard it.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that was, but oh my God, I'm sorry for
That was
laughing,
loud.
but that was like perfect timing.
That was the government, I think.
Jeez Louise, man, I tell you, the things that are happening to us, that's, I don't want to say funny, but man, that was weird. Oh, okay. All right, Danny, let's talk about Bigfoot, Sasquatch, your and Alan's favorite subject.
All right.
Let's
You
go
ready?
ahead. Yeah, let me go ahead and get up here photograph number 1. And like I said, for all those who are listening to us at Art Bell, you can go to the homepage and look for Paranormal Central with today's date, this November the 30th. Go ahead and hit picture number 1 like I'm going to do now on live stream, and you are good to go. All right, Danny, go for it.
All right, this is from the Examiner.com, November 18th. This was written by Steve Coles. He's a big-time Bigfoot hunter out there. And what he noticed was during his research for his book, it's called What Would Sasquatch Do? He noticed a link between Bigfoot sightings and apple orchards. And in the 70s, when he was doing his research in Whitehall, New York, there were many sightings centered on the north side of Route 4 and Bear Road. And at that time in the 70s, there was a huge apple orchard there on the side of the road. And then in 1997, doing more research, he found out that, you remember that video of the baby swinging in the background? There was a couple near a campfire, and in the background you could see a baby Bigfoot jump up on a tree and start swinging and doing all kinds of acrobatics up there.
Yes, I remember that one.
What he found after his research was that right in that area was a big apple orchard, and also strawberries and blackberry bushes were in that area.
Wow.
And then in the 2000s, there was on the south, a big UFO flap on the south side of Route 4. And what they discovered was that the apple orchard on the north side was no longer there from the 70s, and it was gone. And in its place, there was a big commercial apple orchard on the south side where all the sightings are taking place. And also the Vermont trail camera, where there's something that's right in front of a trail camera and it's hunched over, and it kind of looks like an owl, but everyone's saying it's a Bigfoot.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was in front of an apple tree, too.
Ooh.
So he also discovered that Jane Goodall used apples to coax the chimps to interact with her. And she noticed that the chimps would often go to the rotten apples first. And she assumed that was because when they're rotting, they have a stronger alcohol content. And they like that, getting the buzz off of that.
Buzz chasing
smart.
Bigfoots.
Very, very smart. So therefore, we should take alcohol with us next time and leave it.
Fireball.
Alcohol.
Apple
bottom
cider.
wine.
Apple cider. What do they call it? Hard cider.
Yes.
Yeah.
They'll be swinging all over the place, falling on their asses.
Man, we'll go to the apple orchard that we went to.
Yeah, we need to go. Man, we have so much stuff we have to do, guys. It's crazy. Oh, my God. All right, go for it. Yeah, and you're right on the apples.
Yes, so when the apples break down, they produce a chemical called ethylene, and that ethylene smells like musk. So just like a Bigfoot, they smell like musk. So he also noticed that whenever eyewitness reports were seen near the apple orchards, they also said that the creature smelled like musk. So this is like a natural smell that the apples are producing. And it's like onions when you eat onions or garlic.
Right.
You smell like garlic.
Right.
So he's thinking that that's why you're getting a report of them smelling like musk, because they're eating these apples. And when you sight them and they're not near the apple orchards, then you don't get a report of them smelling.
Oh, so they smell only when they're near the apple orchards. Then.
Only when they're near the apple orchards.
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense.
So they look for apple orchards.
So it's like wet dog and apples. That's what they're eating, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The wet dog probably when it's raining, and apples when they're near the apple orchard.
Yep. So we would suggest for those who own apple orchards, and I'm not saying that you need to live by the mountains or the foothills, because these things are coming down to the bottom level. But once in a while, especially after a rainstorm. Now, I'm not a professional apple orchard. When do the apples come in season? Is it 2 times a year?
I think they're like late fall.
Late fall. So
yeah, like right now.
Right now. Okay. And that's perfect timing, because if it rains like we had today, or just a very mild case of a couple of showers here and there, great time to go out and look for footprints. You people with apple orchards, go for it. So, all right, on.
We're getting sightings of them.
Yep.
I mean, they're getting calls saying there's something big in my orchard.
Yep. All right, what's that? Go picture number 2.
All right, the next story has 3 pictures.
All right. Okay, go for it.
From KPIC News in Sutherland, Oregon. There's a woman by the name of Betty Klopp. And She's in possession of strands of hair and bits of skin, and she's had them for 45 years. And she believes that they came from a Bigfoot, and the way she got them was because of her parents. In the 60s, her parents were driving down a road in Oregon, and they were towing a small trailer, and they had just swerved to avoid what they thought was a man in the road. So they stopped at this Porter Creek store. There's a picture of it in there. And they pulled over and they checked their truck and they searched the area to see if they hit it and if there was anything laying in the road. And they didn't find anything. But the next day they went through their car again in the trailer and they found hair and skin stuck on the trailer.
Wow.
So they did hit whatever they saw. And they gave it to their daughter for safekeeping, and her daughter's held it for 45 years. But then she had seen on the news that somebody in Texas, and I think you know who that is, that said that they killed a Bigfoot and were going to take it on the road.
Oh,
so that
no.
caused her to come forward with her story.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, so because she didn't tell anybody about this, so
Okay. I thought
so
she
sent her hair and skin to the University of Montana for testing.
Ooh, bad mistake there. Okay, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Hopefully she didn't
So,
send
well-
all of it.
I don't know if she sent all of it or pieces of it or what, but it doesn't say that. But results showed that the DNA was too deteriorated and the hair was too degraded for ID.
Okay, well.
So
Yeah, I hate to say this, people, but if you do have DNA possibly from a Bigfoot, you have to be careful who you send it to. You know, because this is the find of the century. If you send it straight to a university, they can come back and say, sorry, it's, you know, we couldn't do anything with it. They can keep it to themselves and at a later date come out and said, look what we found, and take all the credit in the world. You need to be very careful and do not send it just to anybody.
Yeah, and I think hair and skin, you shouldn't put it in a paper bag. It's better like in an envelope or
Now,
I mean a plastic bag. Don't put it in plastic.
no,
it does say to store it in minus 20 Celsius or in room temperature, but you have to have additional chemicals in it to mix it with it,
right.
so it won't degrade.
So
because if you do freeze it and then thawing it, and if you keep freezing and thawing it, that degrades it too really quick.
Huh. Wow.
okay. Now you were saying plastic. You mean paper? I heard paper.
Yeah, put it in paper. Like an envelope.
Now,
but not in plastic because it sweats.
Right.
And
If
everything.
we go back to the picture of the lady at the table. I'm sorry. Hold on. Where is it?
Looks like she had a lot of hair there.
Yeah, but I could have sworn I just saw a plastic bag. Or was I? I guess was I
it looks
tripping?
like they had it laid out and she took pictures of it.
Okay, I thought it
looks
was
like,
okay. I thought I was tripping. All right, okay. Anyways, but yeah, I've heard the same thing. Paper bag. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, right on. Well,
right.
you know, so much for that. Yeah. Well, too bad
She had like skin, and it's
I
not
know.
good.
That's crazy. All right, got the map up here.
All right, this is from Debbie Crossley Hatswell, and this is a new site to me. British Bigfoot Research page or group in Facebook, and it's run by Adam Bird. He always does a really good job. And for the group, Debbie has compiled reports and talked to eyewitnesses, and she came up with this map here. And this map shows Scotland, Ireland, and England. And it's all the reported sightings on this map. And through all these reported sightings, she's discovered travel routes. And she sees patterns forming in straight lines and small clusters of groups on there. So they now know where to go look for these creatures.
Well, okay.
And
I'm looking at this, and it's an island, right? I'm
Yeah.
I'm
so
looking
I
at
don't
an
know how
island.
they would get there. But
Yes, and if that's the case, then, you know, if you get 100 people and go on this island and start from one end and work your way to the other side, wouldn't you think you'd run into one?
Don't they
I
have
think it's pretty bigger, a lot bigger than the map shows. But.
Right. But no, regardless, though, I mean...
Don't they have an underground or underwater tunnel tube thing where the train? Maybe it rode a train.
I don't know, but you know,
Or
what
maybe
I'm,
the
I
government placed it there.
Or the aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that could
I
be.
mean,
Maybe it is an alien.
I mean, I would think that it'd be really easy to. I mean, that you're talking. Granted, it could be the size of Texas. I don't understand that, but or even
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I know it was like denuded of trees. I mean, they barely have any forests or nothing. You know,
Oh, man, get some good fleurs out there, and you can find. I mean,
you should be able to.
yeah. I mean, you're talking, and if there's more than one, which I'm assuming there's more than one, you know, But anyways,
Her map is really cool in that whenever she gets a sighting, she can add it to the map, and it adds it to that map in real time. So if you're out in the field and you're looking at that map, if she updates it, you can see it right away while you're out there,
right.
and get over to that area. It's pretty cool, but it does show that Bigfoot sightings aren't just in the U.S. In Russia, Australia, Himalayas, Vietnam, and all these countries right here. So
Well, it looks like a short swim from like Belgium or Netherlands over to there.
we do know they're good swimmers. But
Yeah.
maybe they are on holiday.
Well,
Yeah,
So I'm going to be going through that
see-
site and bringing you some stories from there and see what's going on over there.
Yeah, that's a lot of sightings, though. Definitely a lot of
A lot of
sightings.
good stuff on there.
Yeah.
There's a lot of canals through the Netherlands, like coming out of Germany. A lot. They could swim the whole way. Or take a boat.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Like Elvis.
Elvis.
All right. The last story is kind of creepy.
Cool.
I like creepy.
Yeah, it's from November 24th, and FoxNews.com reported this. And what they're doing is, in Montana, they're starting to tag the grizzly bears. And they started last summer, and they did with 8 grizzly bears. And they tagged them with GPS trackers. So they're trying to find out how these stealthy creatures hunt. And this is what they found. They can look on their computers, and it will show, as they upload it, the path that the bear took. But also, what they did was that any hunter going in there, they gave them a GPS tracker too. So they passed out over 100 GPS trackers to these hunters that were going in there. And at least one bear, when they downloaded everything, it showed that the bear started tracking these oblivious elk hunters from the moment they left the parking lot. They knew what elk hunters were there for, so the bear started following them as soon as they got out of their cars, and he stayed behind them in hopes of getting one of the elk that they were going to kill. Because these grizzlies are scavengers, and they take the kills from cougars and gray wolves, and they're also attracted to the remains left by the hunters. So the study group is a part of the USGS, and what they're doing is they're near they started last summer in the Grand Teton National Park. So the hunters are just walking around, and they can track the hunters and see how they hunt, and they can see how the bear stays downwind from them.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed a couple times that the bear came within 100 yards of them, and the hunters never saw it. You could see them. The bear could see them, but he knew that if he got too close to them, that they'd try to shoot him probably.
Right.
And it showed the hunters going around the lake, and the bear following them from a safe distance, just watching them. And then it showed that the bear stopped for a nap at noon. So the bear's on a schedule. And then that when the bear awoke, it quickly found the scent of the hunters and followed them and caught up to them again. And they said that the bears can smell 7 times greater than a bloodhound and 100 times greater than a man. And they can. It also showed on there that I guess they tagged the elk carcasses around the park, and it showed that one of the bears picked up the scent of the dead carcass, the elk, from 4 miles away, and it even swam across a lake to get to it.
Wow.
So
Talking about determined.
if these bears
and
are
hungry.
doing that, then the Bigfoot's following you too from right behind you, and you never know it.
Right. Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
That's why I call them ninjas.
yeah.
They're there, but you don't know.
Wow.
So they're right behind you, because if the bears are right behind you, they even showed on the telemetry that the bears knew what a gunshot meant. So they as soon as they heard a gunshot, they would head in that direction because they knew that there would be meat to be scavenged.
So it was like opposite of what you think.
Yeah.
Like most people think
They're not running from you at
everything
all.
goes away.
Right.
Right. I bet Bigfoots don't go away either. I bet they all come to you
Come
too.
to you 'cause they're
They'll probably take off in one direction and circle back, and just sit there and watch you.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
interesting. Very cool.
All right.
All right, people, be careful up there.
Yeah, so they say the UK has loads of forest over here in chat. That's cool.
Yep.
So that it could be squatchy over there.
Now, why? If that's the case, how come Finding Bigfoot hasn't gone over there yet?
I heard they.
I think they
heard
did the last season.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That would make sense then.
They went over there, and Adam Bird was on the show. I think.
Okay.
But they're on the same time you are.
Ha ha ha.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
seen 'em.
right.
All right, Mr. Danny Valderrama, thank you
All
very
right.
much. And I think we'll talk to you next week.
Yep.
All right, man. Take care, dude.
Later, Danny.
Okay, we'll see you guys.
See ya. Thanks.
Bye.
All right, Mr. Squatchy himself, Mr. Danny Valderrama. He's going to be busy for the next week, especially starting tomorrow, Cyber Monday. For all those who don't know, he works for UPS. He's going to be busy. Man.
Yeah.
'Cause that's,
No time off for him this
no kidding,
or
man.
next.
No vacation time for him. Ha!
Yeah, but in the
put it on-
downtime, he's on vacation.
Yeah, he put it on. He put it in the book, and they probably laughed at him. No, I don't think so. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and continue because we have a lot of stuff we're gonna talk about. First of all, what time is it? It is 7:21. Okay, let's talk about, since we're talking about monsters, right? You know, monsters are not supposed to be real. All right, and I've said this once before, and I'm gonna say it again. It's something that you watch in movies and in TV shows and in cartoons. Example, Scooby-Doo. All right. For all those who've been listening and watching us for a long time, you know, we have a lot of reports of a lot of different stuff here in Fresno, where we're at. Why Fresno? I don't know. I wish I knew what the heck was going on here. But we get sightings of Bigfoots. We get sightings of aliens. We get sightings of what Alan and Rick saw. I'm just going to say it was probably a Mothman, I'm assuming.
It was something.
It was something very large with
Yeah.
wings. And then, you know, we've actually have sightings of pterodactyls.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, about 2 weeks ago,
And night crawlers.
night crawlers.
Yeah, we don't know if those are alien or what.
Or what? Now, the pterodactyls. You know, we've had a lot of sightings down in Selma. For some reason, Selma, McCall Avenue seems to be the hotbed. Why, I don't know. And that is creatures with large wings. I got an email or a message, sent to me, and I forgot who it was. And if you're watching right now, I want to thank you. But he decided to go do some research, and he pulled up a couple of news articles. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to show them on the live stream. And let's see, what would they be? Let's go this one first. Now let's do the next one here real quick. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just put this on the screen without us. He actually went and pulled this off the Los Angeles Herald. And you know what? Let me get the exact date from the actual one here. And that is the date we're talking, crapola, is August 5th of 1891. That's when this article was published. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to zero in, and they're talking about pterodactyls. And they're talking about Selma, California.
In 1891.
In 1891, in the LA Times, in the LA Herald.
Whoa, dude,
Okay.
that goes back a ways.
Okay, all right. Monstrous, which are half alligators, half birds. So they're saying, and I read in here, and it came up, and it said the marshy, swampy areas southeast of Selma, California. All right, you guys?
So in 1891, there was marshy, swampy areas.
Well, maybe there are, and we just don't know about them because we haven't gone over there to go investigate.
Could that be like
The Kings
Avocado
River.
Lake?
No, I'm thinking more in the Selma area because I think they would have said maybe Centerville, Minkler, or east of Fresno. But here they're saying Selma, California, you guys. All right, and I'm talking about the Los Angeles Herald. You know, we're not talking the Sanger Herald or anything small. We're talking an actual real newspaper who talks about, all right, pterodactyls, and they mentioned Selma, California. Really? Okay, I'm not making this up. All right, I didn't know about this particular news article until about a week and a half ago. How long have we been telling you about sightings in Selma and the foothills east of Fresno? You know, we've been talking about that. How long? Since we started.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. And then, you know, somebody who watches us did some investigating, and I don't know how he found this, but this is a legit newspaper, all right? He basically verified what we've been, you know, talking to you guys about flying pterodactyl birds, all right?
It says they're sport gunning for dragons.
Where?
That's what it says. Sport gunning for dragons.
Sport gunning for dragons.
Near, it's yellow. I can't
Yeah,
read it.
and you know what?
Fresno.
Is that what it says, Fresno?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does say Fresno. The Fresno sportsmen now go gunning for pterodactyls. These are dragons who live in the. I can't even read that. I'm trying to see where it says the Selma, because I pretty much saw that Selma on there. Hold on, I'm trying to look for it, guys. Stand by. I know you guys are. I've got it. Let me go ahead and zero in over here. God, where is it? I know I saw it on there because I read it and I went, whoa. That says Selma, California, guys. Hold on. Maybe it's in the other article because this is like, I don't know, part 1 or part 2. But they're talking like Ellen just said, dragons. All right, let me go to the next one. Hold on. Let me go to the next article real quick. All right.
It makes you wonder, like, maybe that's what dragons were. You know, like in the England, they were killing dragons and Pendragon and all these guys killing dragon slayers. And what happened?
I was going to say, what was that? Well, I'm telling you guys right now, this says Fresno and it says Selma. And they're talking about taking a hunting trip to go shoot dragons, guys. I'm not making this stuff up. All right? I am not making this stuff up. All right, there it is right there. As a matter of fact, okay, there's the Fresno part. You can probably see that. All right, Fresno. I'm going to circle that right now. Fresno. Okay, where basically I think what he did is he highlighted every place where it said Fresno. Okay, look at sport gunning for dragons near Fresno. The wild, weird story of a Fresno newspaper. Blah blah blah. The Fresno Sportsman. So they were doing this in 1891. They were hunting for dragons in Fresno or near Fresno. Okay, what am I supposed to say about that? It's documented in the Los Angeles Herald, guys, in 1891.
And they're still here in 2014.
I'm lost for words because that only validates what we've been talking about here. And people say, you know, we're smoking the crack.
And I just talked to somebody maybe a month ago at the grocery store that said they saw 2 of them, and I mean over the summer. They've seen them over the summer, but only it was in the back part of Pine Flat.
Okay, here. The last crew board were far away in the direction of the Kings River. I see Kings River right there, guys. Like I'm gonna bring it up even more so you can see it right there. All right, I'm not making this stuff up. All right, they don't pay me enough to make this stuff up. Right there, direction of the Kings River. I'm trying to pull up words like here. Oh shit!
That's exactly where
noise in the deep soil under the bridge, flapping his wings. The 2 monsters rose slowly from the water and flew so near that the wind of their wings was plainly felt. Okay. Mr. Harright described the dragons as resembling birds, except that they had no feathers, and their heads were broad and their bills long and wide. Man, that's exactly what that gentleman whom we had not too long ago on was saying about exactly what these guys were talking about right here. Holy smokes, you guys. This is crazy. Oh, shit. J.D. Daniels of Sanger heard of the matter and on Wednesday went over to Selma. This is the Los Angeles Herald. All right? Okay? Oh, my God. I didn't read it all the way down here, guys. I'm blown away right now. And you guys have to be reading along with me. Wednesday went over to Selma to join those who were going out to capture the dragons. Your correspondent saw Mr. Daniels today, and that's okay. Did it come up from? Okay, this is just too much. What? Come on, are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? The next day, the company went. No, okay.
How do we get copies of this? Can we post this on our Facebook?
I will
like page.
I will send you. I took snapshots on my phone, so I have them on my phone. So what I can do is I can email them to you, or I think I could just put them on the Facebook page.
Yeah, put them on the Facebook.
Yeah. That's not a problem, guys. I'll do that. I'm not.
that way everybody here can, like, Ito. He's like, man, I want that. You know.
I am not messing with you guys right now. All right, this is for real. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to put this up, and then I'm going to zoom in for you guys so that way you guys can see the date. All right, hold on. There it is right there. And the date, Los Angeles Herald, Wednesday morning, August the 5th, 1891.
They might be able to Google that.
Okay, well, there's the date. So you guys can Google that. I'm sure he did the same thing, or I don't know how he got this. But the Los Angeles Herald, Wednesday morning, August the 5th of 1891. Sanger, Selma, Fresno made the Los Angeles Herald.
There's the website.
Where?
Scroll out a little bit.
Scroll out.
Yeah, so, make it scroll out, not in.
Out like I'm doing now?
No, that's...
Oh.
At the very top of the page. See it?
There you go.
I saw it on here.
Let me zoom in on that.
I love this high def. I can finally read it. I can read it on this.
Okay, I am zooming in for you guys the actual, what it says, cdnc.ucr.edu. Does that make any sense?
Leave it up for a minute.
Okay.
Let them all
copy
it
that down.
Yeah.
Okay. Does this...
Is it April 1st?
No, guys. I'm not messing with you guys. This is legit stuff. It's not
August.
This is August the 5th.
Yeah.
Of 1891. I'm not messing with you guys. We don't lie here on this show. We have some killer fans who like to go out and help us out once in a while, and sure enough, this person did that today. He is showing you right now what we've been saying for the past 5 years.
Long time.
Sightings down McCall, down on the Kings River, around Selma, and lo and behold, we have a newspaper article from the Los Angeles Herald that pretty much validates everything. Okay, so there you go. Monsters, according to the Los Angeles Herald, are real. Why would they post this? All right. So there you go. Ito, go and look for it. And you know what? There's a little bit more there. Let me scroll in to see what else is actually said on here, because I am dying to read more. Hold on, you guys. Give me a break. No, I don't. Extinct. Chilleri. Kern. It's got to say river. Some of it's blocked off. Okay, guys, do me a favor. For those who can get this for us, go and get copies of this via internet, print them out, do whatever you can, and send us some great copies so we can post this on like the Paranormal Central's link. I would say this would be good to put on the website as well, paranormalcentral.net, just snapshots and put them up there. Because, man, come on, really?
Well, you know, like when we get reports, they say they're like 7-8 feet tall with a really wide wingspan.
Right. And you can hear them like,
yeah.
I mean, and I read it to you that they actually felt the wind from the flapping of these things. So obviously they're huge. They're not small. All right. I had, okay, there's my buddy Adolf, and I told the story once, and I'm going to go ahead and say it right now because there's a lot of people out there who've never heard this. A friend of ours, and his name is Adolf, from Sanger. When he was going to high school, right now he's probably in his late 50s, I'm thinking 50 years in that range. His buddies came up to him at their garage where him and his dad were working on a truck, right? And they asked Adolf, "Hey Adolf, you want to go with us down to the river near the bridge and to hang out?" And he said, "No, I can't. I have to. I'm helping my dad with this particular truck." And they said, "Okay, so we'll see you later." And so they took off. Let me pull this up here. Hold on, guys. Oh crap! Where'd it go? Okay. You know what? We'll have to try it out. And send them.
The only way we can find out is do that. Fix it up.
Yeah. So,
and if it does it, then we can like send nasty emails to live stream.
To live stream. Okay. So get back to the story because we were just cut off at live stream. Now we're back. They were messing around, goofing around on top of this old wood bridge, and then all of a sudden they heard some flapping above them, and they noticed this very large bird. And they're freaking out, and they all jump back into the El Camino, and they take off, and as they're driving away, this large bird, or whatever it was trying to grab them from behind, from the truck, or their El Camino as they're driving off, right? And they were able to get away from it, and they went back to Adolf's garage, and they pulled up, and they're out, and they're screaming. They get out of the car, and they're screaming and telling them what happened, and Adolf didn't believe them. And as they're walking to the back of the El Camino, they notice that there's claw marks on the back of the El Camino, like this thing tried to grab onto the back of the bed. And Adolf freaked out because he knows his buddy, who is so particular about his car, he would never, ever in a million years scratch it up just to tell a lie. And when he saw that, he pretty much said, "Holy smokes, guys." So, reports like that and visual reports to this day, granted that was 40 years ago, 30 years ago. To this day, we still get reports. As a matter of fact, Ken Gentry says that he gets reports from people up in the mountains before he moved to Oregon, right? Or wherever he's at now, Washington.
Probably still gets them.
Yeah. That these things are still flying, guys. Crazy stuff. I mean, like I said, monsters are not supposed to be real. But apparently we have them here in Fresno, California. And an abundance of monsters. And that's why we're doing this, guys. Because by showing you that newspaper clipping, you can't say we're blowing smoke. Because they got a report of people going hunting for these things back in the 1800s, late 1800s. So obviously there is something there. All right. Now, I'm sure that the people who has called us and to report these large birds down in McCall and Selma did not go and research all the way back to the 1890s on the newspaper. You have to have some bearing of how to do this. All right. Now, the people, granted, I'm not saying that a lot of people don't know how to get on the internet and stuff, but the people who reported these would not do their research first, and they come up with a lie. There's no reason. I mean, they're not here to make any money. They just made a phone call and said, "Hey, I need to tell you what we saw the other night. This is what we saw." That is it.
Heck, I run into him like now that we're getting kind of known. I'll go in Walmart, and my favorite area is the sporting goods. And I'll go in there, and somebody will recognize me, and the next thing I know, I'm getting these cool stories, like UFO stories and all the different things. But like maybe I'm thinking September-ish, the first part of September-ish. These two girls are telling me about pterodactyls they saw on the backside of Kings River. They were floating.
Oh, jeez.
This summer.
Right.
And they saw them drinking water or doing, something in the water, and they were standing in the water, they said, and like knee deep, but they were still really tall.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as they saw them, they took off and soared over the mountain, like Hog Mountain, I think it's
crazy,
called.
guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that just...
And then they described exactly what you said. There were two college runners. They were girls. They were Fresno State college runners.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me.
So, you know what, Emerald? Do me a favor and go ahead and contact Baltazar for me, please. For last week, for all those who listened to our stories, we had a female and a male, brother and sister, tell us their abduction stories way back when it happened a long time ago. And they are up to get hypnotized to find out what really happened. Well, I think I found somebody to do that for us and to assist us in that manner. We're going to talk to him right now.
Yeah, his name's really Baltazar.
Well, you remember, he was in here with this Crystal Skull. That's the same guy.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
The one with the cool radio voice.
Yeah, he did have that. Oh, right on, man.
I remember him saying that he does regression, but he knows people who does this professionally.
Are they in the town
Yes,
again?
they're here in Fresno. So we got somebody.
Yeah.
I just want to confirm it with him, and I want everybody to hear him say nothing yet, huh? Okay. We'll go ahead and hang up. And because I told him at 45 after, which is 2 minutes till, so I don't know why he's not answering. Just voicemail. Okay, give it a couple of minutes and we'll try again. So for all those who didn't hear the show last week, go back. It was a killer show about two abduction scenarios, and both of them want to be regressed and get hypnotized. So they want to know, because there's some missing time happening that is really cool. Missing time.
And it had a great video. I mean, I was talking to Ken. We used to have Ken. He did the UFO report, and I forwarded that to him, and I was asking him, like, what does he think about that video? He thinks it's all one ship. He thought it was all one because it disappeared. All of it disappeared all in that one flash of,
right,
whatever it was. And then I was asking him, like, what was that? That looked like it was like rotating around the ship. He had no idea. He hadn't seen anything like that.
Right.
But he was blown away by that.
Right.
And this guy's a UFO guy, right? And that blew him away.
Okay. Well, it to me, it's very legit.
Oh, yeah.
And this is what I mean by people coming out, even though this particular video was on YouTube for God knows how long, how many years?
4 years. Yeah. Something like that.
Yeah. So it's been on there, and there are thousands of UFO videos out there. You don't know what's real and what's not, but when you get the person who took the video and then get them on our show and talk about what has happened to her in the past, and it's legit. And I basically pointed out that it looks like the thing took off using Star Trek terms, warp speed, and broke the sound barrier. And that's what the video shows. So, okay, we're going to get Baltazar on right now. Baltazar.
Hello.
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Good. Just getting ready for the holidays.
Sweet.
What are you doing? Putting up lights?
Yep.
I knew it. Don't pull off the roof, dude.
No, I'm done. We're done for the evening. Our house is surrounded in candy cane.
Right on. So, hey, I gave you, and the reason why I brought you on is because I'd like to, when I say I'm going to do something, and on this show, I want to back it up with,
yes,
you know what I'm saying, and that's why I wanted you to come on here, because I don't remember when I heard you talk about this. I don't know if it was during that time you were here, but you told me that you did, you hypnotize people, or you knew somebody who does that.
Yeah, I've done hypnosis as a therapist in order to get through grief, different types of trauma. However, to do hypnosis, like regression stuff, I haven't touched it yet. However, I know 3 or 4 therapists and psychologists who do.
Okay.
And do it for a living.
Right on. Okay. And they're here in Fresno?
Yes, they are.
Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And you know, and the thing about it, too, is, you know, when we do this type of research... hold on, let me put my earpiece in. Hold on.
Okay, no problem.
That's when we do this type of research and what you want to do for your show in order to have this level of just protection, and we don't have any other feedback or misplaced.
You know what? You know what, Baltazar? I think it's better if it didn't use the headset or the Bluetooth.
Okay, let me get off of it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, he started talking slow motion.
Okay.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah,
Okay.
right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
a lot
better.
better. So, okay, go for it.
So, in order to keep a level of protection and ethical value, in that we want to be able to make sure that those that are going to be taking part in this we call it any type of research or work, that they don't know anything about it. So
Gotcha.
they can go into it without being what we call front-loaded. They don't go into it without any preconceived notions of what they're going to be coming forward, you know?
Perfect. Okay.
And it keeps it fresh that way, too.
Absolutely.
And it keeps that, it gives that ethical value. It really does.
Yes, absolutely. You know, and you're talking about the people who are going to do the hypnosis on these abductees, that they don't know anything about the story that they're going to want to, come up, try to figure out what happened to them, those particular stories. Right. Okay. So, and that makes perfect sense. That would actually help and legitimize the whole thing.
Exactly. That's what when we'd first spoken about it, I said, I'm not going to do it because I know people that can, and that way they won't know anything about it.
Perfect. Okay. And that's awesome. So, basically what we have is we have a brother and sister. They're now in their 50s, I'm assuming. And they've had, both of them had stuff happen to them in the past. And very... Oop, it's raining. Very particular incidents that happened to, especially the brother, that I think it's going to blow a lot of people. Now, we've already got permission from both of them. They want to do this live on TV.
Wow.
Okay. So, and that's going to be one of the episodes that we're going to film for our TV show. And it's definitely, it's going to be awesome. I can't wait now, knowing that you have people on standby. Go ahead and make your calls, find out who wants to do it, and we will give them, find out how much they charge or whatever. But we can also promote their business as well, and a lot of people are going to be watching this.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of folks who do this level of work. Yes, they're interested in some type of financial gain. However, a lot of them are really interested in helping folks.
Good.
And so if we'll talk to them and definitely let them know that there will be some promotional value. However, these are these people who have had several things go on with them.
Right.
And they're looking for answers. They're really looking for answers, and they need help.
Okay, that's awesome. All right.
That's these guys. They
Yeah.
just want to know what happened to them.
Yeah, because once we'll talk again, and I'll fill you in on both the stories, especially the airplane story, dude. It's gonna blow you freaking away.
Yeah.
All right. So they were flying in an airplane. They saw this thing pull up beside of them. Their mother, their stepdad. Their dad, stepmother, and he was like 15. They started screaming. They saw it. Boom. They don't even remember getting home.
Wow.
Okay. And matter of fact, they just, after 25 years, somehow a part of it came out in the open. One of them mentioned to it, and all of a sudden now all 3 of the memories are now remembering this, but they had no.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
So their memory was turned off on that incident somehow, and over 25 years, finally, somehow something leaked out of the brain of somebody. And now it's starting to come forth, but they have no clue how they got home, how they landed the plane, nothing.
Well, Jeff, and that's a part of what we see and what we value in psychology is what the plasticity of the brain during trauma. And oftentimes it does. It'll, to protect itself and to protect the psyche, to continue to integrate in this 3D realm, we'll forget things.
Right. Wow.
You know, and that happens a lot.
Wow.
That happens a lot. Especially when, as humans, we can't wrap our mind around a situation that defies our logical understanding. Our brain does. It wraps literally like a spell enveloping this cancer around it. And it'll keep it there. It'll hold it there until it starts to leak in some way into 3D and into the consciousness level of sight. And then it starts to blossom. So obviously these folks are ready in their conscious waking state to be able to handle that type of trauma.
Right. Okay. That's good. Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, I'm glad that we know you, because you're going to become a very helpful in assisting this and this producer.
You got it.
So that's awesome. So, all right, Balthazar, I will talk to you very soon. I'm thinking that we're probably going to do this in January, which is right around the corner, and I'll fill you in. Okay.
That sounds fabulous. All right, you guys have a great evening.
All right.
Good night,
Thanks,
bro.
Balthazar.
All right, take care. Bye-bye, y'all.
See ya. All right. That's
Cool.
awesome. Now, you know what? We now have at our disposal for future, you know, in case we need to do this again and again, now we got connections. All right.
That's cool.
And on live TV, you guys are going to see this happen. This is just, where else are you going to see this? Nowhere. All right. All right. Are you excited? I am totally excited about the TV show. I was sitting down writing out different episodes. Man, we have so many good ones. Oh, we have so many good ones, you guys.
I can't wait to hear, like, how did they land?
Yes. You know,
I want to know. I mean, that's perplexing. You know, one minute you're flying along, and the next minute you're waking up.
But they don't even remember, you know, just getting the plane down, pulling into the hangar, going home. None of that.
Right,
They have no idea how
that's
they did
what
that.
I'm saying.
Like, when do you...
Can you imagine having to live with that?
It's like, wow.
Like, you think you're crazy?
Somebody just messed with your brain, man. And you imagine if that's the case, then they have the ability to do that. That's scary.
Man, I read so many... I've had people tell me that they get taken, and then they come back, and they think they're gone for hours, and they're only gone like a minute.
Right.
And then you have the other ones that think they're only gone a minute, and they're gone for hours, you know.
Right. Now,
It's like, they don't even know how long. They could have been days.
Now, you know, let's talk about that a little bit further. Is, you know, we're talking...
I mean, what if they all didn't come to until like 3 days later or something?
You know, yeah.
And they didn't even know that 3 days went
basically
by.
they're walking
right?
around like zombies, man. I mean, they're doing what their program. We're talking Men in Black,
Right.
the movie, Will Smith with a pen. You know,
Oh, that's cool.
you know
I
what I'm
want
saying?
one. but,
You know what I'm saying? That's basically what happened to them. Is their, you know, memory was erased at that particular time. Wow, it just, it blows me away to even think about it. Now, you know, are we talking our government doing that, or are we talking other beings from other world with that type of technology?
We might find out.
Oh shit!
We might find out.
Oh shit! Okay. Woo! All right. All right. Let's continue
Giving me
on with
goosebumps.
the list of stuff that we have here. You know, in a week, a lot of things happened, and it's kind of hard to write down and talk about all of the stuff, because, you know, we could be here forever. So what we do is we pick out the best stuff. And, you know, the stuff that we talk about on here is conspiracy theories and monsters and ghosts and all that kind of good stuff. And when I say conspiracy theories, you know, something happened to me today, and I'm not going to talk about it because I don't want to embarrass him, you know, so I'm not going to even go there. But this has something to do with the pyramid and the all-seeing eye. Who sent this to me? Oh, Lewis in Australia sent this to me. Lewis. He sent me this. He does pretty good research, and
Yeah, he
when he
does.
finds stuff, he sends them to me, and a lot of stuff is good stuff.
And he's an artist.
And he's an artist, and he's a gamer. The guy is a freaking gamer. When do you ever work, dude? Okay, so he sent me this, and I'm going to show it to you. And this is from the game. Let me read it. Grand Theft Auto 5 for the Xbox. So what I'm going to show you.
Ooh, I bet it's a Bigfoot or something.
No, actually.
They had a Bigfoot in one of those. They had a Bigfoot.
Yes, they did. Okay, and I'm going to show it to you right now without us in it. And what do you see above the mantle?
I gotta look here.
Oh, yeah, you can't see that far, huh? Because of the way I have this slanted. But you guys see what's on top of the fireplace mantle there. All right? This is in the game. For the Xbox, it's
All-seeing eye.
the Grand Theft Auto 5. All right? Am I making this up? No. Because this is a snapshot that Lewis sent me from the freaking game. Now, why would they put that in there? Just to mess with us? Yeah.
Or they own it. They're showing you they own it. They own the game.
There you go. Now,
They own you.
let's talk about the game. Now, I'm not a gamer, and I don't play these games at all. I've never played an Xbox game in my life. All right? I'm just too busy. Now, on the other hand, I have 2 kids who are freaking up there right now playing it in our house. Grand Theft Auto. You know, we're talking violent game, big time. A lot of killing, money, prostitution. All that is involved in this particular game. And lo and behold, you happen to have the all-seeing eye in the pyramid. Go figure. All right? I'm just showing you this because there it is. I'm not making this stuff up. I wish I was, but I'm not. Okay?
Man, that looks real too, like a real picture.
A real
kinda
picture, like the real person, huh? It's all
Yeah.
freaking, animation. It's crazy how they put all this stuff on a disc. It just blows me away. Blows me away. So, okay. I wanted to show you that because I figured, you know what? I'm going to freak you out. And I hope I did. All right. Where are we at? It's time. We are still, okay, we got 30 minutes to break for halftime here. Let's talk about...
And Katy Perry's doing her halftime show. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, actually, yeah. I guess we can go ahead and do that right now. As you know, my
Katy
girlfriend...
Perry is doing our halftime show. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, as you know, my girlfriend got chosen, or they chose, probably paid a bunch of money to do the halftime show at the Super Bowl for this year, which will be in January. And Katy Perry is doing it with Pepsi as the sponsor. And from what I understand, it just so happens that I happen to like both Katy Perry and Pepsi a whole lot. I'm a Pepsi-holic. Go figure, guys. All right. They put out a teaser on YouTube of Katy Perry talking. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play this. And unfortunately, I think Alan's going to probably have to cut this out of the when you put it on YouTube, because this is from YouTube. But it's a commercial, so would it matter?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Okay. So,
I'll cut it out just because.
Just because you cut it out.
'Cause
So
it isn't so much that that it can't be in there. They shut that video off where nobody can see it out throughout the whole world. See what I mean? And
What?
nobody can view it. So I'll cut that little piece out before I let them cut the whole show off
got it.
for the
Okay.
week.
All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play you the audio for the Art Bell people so they can listen.
YouTube is now playing Copyright Cop, and I think they should stop doing that. But hey,
So
it's all about the money.
Let me find the Katy
They're
Perry.
the all-seeing eye right now.
Yeah, let me find Katy Perry teaser. All right, so I am going to, and I'm going to play you the video. So if you just stand by with me, I'm going to make sure everybody gets to listen. If you're on live stream, you're going to actually watch the video. But if you're listening to Art Bell on Dark Matter Network, you'll be able to listen to the audio.
So how about those Raiders?
Oh, jeez.
I had to say that. I don't watch football, but man, they got smashed.
What was the score?
50-something to nothing.
Ouch.
Yeah, they got.
I think they were on a big high from last week when they won that show against the Chiefs.
I would say that they got bad coaches, but I don't watch football, so I don't know.
Okay, why is this just spinning?
I'm not really a fan of it, to tell you the truth. I actually, I'm a conspiracy guy, so I think all these games, all of them, basketball, baseball,
We're all rigged, huh?
every single one of them, and there's guys in Vegas, and I know about gambling a lot, and there's guys in Vegas that are sitting there making a mint off of that 50-0 right there. They bet on the long shot odds, and now somebody is a billionaire because of
pull it up here.
You watch. I bet if you went and checked that out, Googled that, I bet you a couple of people hit really big.
Okay, for some reason on my phone right now, it's not. Okay, wait a minute. Here it comes. See, it's not letting me pull it up. It's like the signal's not that good. Now the signal's great. Okay, what I'm going to do is just going to talk through it for those people on the Art Bell really quick, and then on the live stream, you're going to be able to see it with audio. All right, you guys. All right, here we go. Stand by, and I am going to play the Katy Perry video, which is, that's just the way it is, because our show is on Sundays, and we're still there. And the Super Bowl is usually on Sunday because it's Super Bowl Sunday. So for all those who want to look at the video, go back and just Google Katy Perry Super Bowl teaser for 2015 on YouTube, and you can find the video and you can watch it anytime you want. But it's going to be interesting. She really believes in aliens. I've heard her say that. Matter of fact, she actually has written a song called E.T. And so she really does believe in that stuff. A lot of her videos are Illuminati, triangles, all-seeing eye, a lot of symbolisms, and I mean a lot. She's obviously doing it on purpose. Is somebody telling her what to put in her videos, or is it coming from her? I don't know. But I wanted to show you that.
But I never thought about that. Like, did she do it because she likes it? And some people just get into it and they use the stuff because they like it.
Right.
Yeah, but then some people do it because they signed a contract.
And they have to. Right. Now, the show on Monday nights called Scorpion. It's a great show, and I recommend all those out there who don't know what I'm talking about to watch it. It's already been on. This is probably the 5th episode or 6th episode. It's on at 9 o'clock, I believe, or 10 o'clock. 9 o'clock on Monday nights. It's called Scorpion. It's about this. I want to say the CIA or FBI or the government basically hiring these 4 kids, and I want to say kids because they're probably in their early 20s, 25, 24. And they're all very, very smart with high IQs, especially the head guy. He has 180 IQ. I mean, this guy's like one of the top guys IQ in the world. And from what I understand on this show is they actually has taken actual cases and used them in this actual show. One particular episode, which was last week or the week before, it's about music. This guy came up with, on a computer program, how to write a hit song. It tells you exactly what to do to write a hit song. All right? And there are people all over trying to steal this particular program because he found a way to write a hit song, a million selling song. So if you follow this particular program, you will write a hit song. Guaranteed you'll sell millions of records. All right, so this was on the episode, and I'm going, whoa, time out. And these are actual cases that happened, and they're taken, from the files like X-Files. A lot of those cases, you guys, were real. Fox Mulder was an actual real FBI agent that was given the okay to go and look into these paranormal cases. Fox Mulder is an actual real person. As a matter of fact, maybe we will talk about that pretty soon. I guarantee you right now that people are listening. They're going to take our idea and other shows are going to run with it. But Scorpion, and I'm pretty sure you guys all heard or saw that episode if you guys have seen that episode. What if there is an actual program out there that the Illuminati owns, and they actually write the songs for their artists to make the millions and millions of dollars that they can sell. Like I said, this is supposedly real, and I was freaking out when I was looking at this because there are bands and artists, like for example, Katy Perry. She is now the only artist to overdo Michael Jackson in hits on an album. I think it's 6. So she overdid Michael Jackson. Katy Perry did, and that's a fact.
It's like maybe they wrote the songs for her out of that program thing, and then they kind of like made her. So they go out and they look for rock stars or wannabe rock stars that they think have potential, and they, because Katy Perry was on the and Emerald, maybe you can help me on this. It's called the X, where a bunch of bands go and they perform in
X Factor?
No. This is an actual. Matter of fact, the concert that comes to Fresno, and they do it at the parking lot, the Selland Arena. They put fence up, and it's by a skateboard company. They sponsor it. Come on, guys, help me out here. Ito, all you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. For some reason, the X, it's. Oh my gosh, I should know this.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It's or a bunch of bands go and they perform in every city, and it's like they go in vans and they have some sort of kind of big bands, usually punk bands. All right, but in other words, the last one they had here, it was at the last one was at the Selland Arena parking lot, and then the one before that was at the Save-Mart Center parking lot. They set up like 3 or 4 stages, and they have their the concerts. Well, Katy Perry was in a band, and that's how she started, was on one of those tours. She looked totally different than what she looks now. I mean, black hair, very punk, and now her music totally changed 180. So, what if, like for example, they find a band or an artist that think, they come up to them and say, hey, we will make you famous, make you a millionaire. You will sing our songs. You will, whatever we put on our videos. That's basically what a contract is. When you go sign a major recording contract, you have no say most of the time on your music videos. You basically are now just signed, and you have to do whatever the record company tells you to do. That's just the way it is. I should know because I owned a record company before, and that's just the way it works.
Plus, you got to go, like, if they say you're going on the tour, you're going on the tour. Yeah,
I mean, you basically got to go. Now, have they come up with the name yet by any chance? I know.
No, they're just saying areas. River Park, Fulton Mall, Fashion Fair.
No. It was just the Vans tour. There it is, the Vans tour. Thank you, whoever did that. It's the Vans tour. That's where a lot of the
monkey.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, Vans tour. There you go. That's where a lot of these, bands in van. They get in their van, and that's kind of funny because Vans tour. But no, I'm talking a van that you drive. They go from city to city and they play, and then they go. And that's Katy Perry did that. That's what she was doing first, and all of a sudden now, from the Vans tour guys, she is now a multi-million selling. Can probably sell the Save-Mart Center 10 times in a row if she came to Fresno. So that's the type of artist she is. She has so much money that she really doesn't have to do anything for the rest of her life. But if you listen to some of her songs, there's one song, it's called Wide Awake. If you listen to the lyrics, it pretty much says, if I knew then what I know now, I would have never done what she did. And I'm thinking sign the contract. So I think that these artists are given the chance here, sign your blood away, sign your life away here, and we will make you rock freaking stars. And why do you think, let's say, for example, Aerosmith or the Rolling Stones? I mean, come on, those guys are what, 70, late 70s, and they're still rocking out. Why would they want to even do that anymore? Like Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson, from what I read, quoted saying that he still has to. He has to.
Yeah, what he says, fulfilling his end of the deal.
There you go. He's fulfilling the end of the deal.
He got all the money and fame, and he still has to fill his side of the deal,
which is continued touring
until you're dead
and promoting the music that that has given to you, that made you a rock star. Well, and in their, the money that these record companies make probably are put right back into the Illuminati, and that's how they run the industry. They run Hollywood, they run everything. So think about that. A program that writes a hit song for you. Simple as that. Oh, that's what Scorpion. So if you guys can go back and watch that episode, do it, because it opened my mind right away. And when I watch TV, I'm always looking for conspiracy. Wow, wait a minute, and that hit me really hard, that particular episode. So
that's what we were doing yesterday, me and my wife. My wife saw something about, it was Little Mermaid, and it had, in the castle, it had a penis.
Well, Walt. You want to talk about Walt Disney?
We started doing, and it goes way back. Yeah. Way back. Mickey Mouse is not.
Oh, here we go.
I have that. It was on the VHS cover. We have that one.
Do you have it?
I have it.
Yeah, it's right on the cover.
Yeah. Oh, well, there's actually, and your mom is a freaking Disney freak.
Yeah.
Right? How big of a freak is she?
We go to Disneyland like 3 to 5 times a year. So.
Okay.
Wow,
there are people who do that, and more than that. I have somebody at work.
Gavin goes like.
Gavin's
Mr. Mickey Mouse.
Gavin's a freak. And I have somebody. His name is Lewis, who also does that, and he's. Religion has nothing to do with it, but for example, what Emerald just said about the penis on the actual cover, there are also other animation that people have found. Yeah,
like in it's the little mouse, the 2 little mice, and they're like flying through the town, and they're going through the city.
Rescuers.
Yeah, and then in one of the windows is a topless lady.
Oh.
Yeah.
And it's a real picture. It's not a drawing, right?
Right.
And my wife was freaking out. Like, we have all these grandkids, and we like pop in the Disney movie, and now she's not so sure she wants to pop in a Disney
It's all,
movie.
you know what?
Well, how often do people actually catch that?
Well, you got to remember,
now this
is all subliminal, though.
Yeah. Like
how do we know that there's no other, that they don't put other stuff in there? By the blink of an eye, it shows really quick, but in your brain registers it, and you just don't know you actually saw it, but your brain does. So we're talking.
Raised on Disney movies.
Oh, I know you were. That's why you're freaking freaky.
Oh, okay, whatever.
In a good way, but no, I know. I don't know what I meant by that.
Trying to be nice.
Yeah, trying to be nice. Yeah, hey, no, you're cool. Never mind. But no, a lot of people who are listening right now who are Walt Disney fanatics, and who really don't know anything about the past, the animation. There are secret clubs that Walt Disney made at
like the 33rd, the 33rd club, and that would be, and he was a total Freemason. I really, after my wife was showing me this stuff, I started checking into him.
Okay, good.
And he was a Mason, a Freemason, a 33rd degree.
Okay.
And he has a 33 club at Disneyland, and you
somewhere hidden.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
It has like a little sign with a 33 on it, so you know that you're going into his secret club.
Right. But why now? These animators who put together these movies could be doing this just for kicks, but
could, yeah.
But there are a lot of these animated movies that have these subliminal messages in them.
It's not even just Disney either.
No, you're right. There's a lot of them out there, but you guys have to go and Google Walt Disney.
You'll trip out.
I hate to say this word. I hate to say this word in the same sentence as Walt Disney, but satanic or satanic rituals, Walt Disney, Illuminati. Go type in all that, and I guarantee you're going to pull something up that you're going to go, oh.
Yeah.
Okay. You know, I hate to do this to you guys, and for those people who are Walt Disney fanatics, but you know, there are a lot of things out there that
it's in every movie,
yeah.
and I mean, it goes I couldn't believe it. It goes way back. I mean, it isn't just in today's movies. So I mean, these animators that he hired, even when he was alive, were putting that in there.
Right.
You know, even in today's movies, still that stuff's going in there. I mean, it's ridiculous.
No, it is. It is. And people are catching it now with internet. You know, they can get
high def and freeze frame
exactly,
and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So, you know, if you go Google this, you guys, trust me, you'll pull up a bunch of stuff. And I hate to say it, but a lot of it is interconnected with Walt Disney and satanic and all this stuff, which is crazy because, man, you know, I used to watch Mickey Mouse and the Mickey Mouse Club, and you know, when you think of Walt Disney, you think of fun and a place for the kids to go and be kids and the adults to go and be kids.
You know what my wife was pointing out? Like, okay, he must have been into the paranormal. Because
why would you say that?
His first movies were like Darby O'Gill and the Little People. And,
okay. Was that a Walt Disney movie?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And then the Seven Dwarfs.
Right.
You know, what are they?
Right.
Remember we were taught the Tommy Knockers, right? Remember when they go underneath it, the sound of a mine had the Tommy Knockers. Okay. I mean,
you know, you're right. Think about that.
Beauty and the Beast.
Okay, and you're right. The Seven Dwarfs. You know,
Littlest Mermaid. I mean, you could keep on going. I mean, that's the crazy part.
All that has a paranormal connection.
Yeah, yeah.
You're right. It does. It does, guys. So, you know, just like mythology, and we've talked about this with Emerald, because that happens to be right up Emerald's alley. It's, you know, mythology and Zeus. As a matter of fact, we just saw Noah, the new movie. We bought it on demand. I know. No. Wait. This is concerning the Book of Enoch. It's like it had some very scientific stuff in there, and I don't want to say aliens, but there's some crazy stuff going on in this movie that, you know, I was sitting down watching it with Cheryl Diane, whatever her name is, and we're like, "Are you kidding me?" It's just like they're trying to tell us something in this particular book. All right? It was blowing us away. It did. It was very paranormal, this particular movie of Noah, the new one, guys. Go see it. If you can get it on demand or go rent it, go see Noah, the one with, what's his face in it? I don't remember his name. But it's very paranormal. Trust me when I say there's rock people in it. There's...
Rock people? You mean like rock and roll or rock?
No, rock. That are the watchers of Noah.
Oh.
And help them build the ark. You know, we're talking rock people. You know, building building the ark for Noah. And God put them here to assist Noah. Yeah.
Maybe it was Bigfoots.
No. Go and, for those people, trust me, go and watch the movie. You will freak out like we did. Okay. So, all right.
I can't wait to watch it now.
Yeah, it blew us away. I was not expecting that, and I don't know why. It just, you know, Cheryl decided.
All my friends told me, don't go see that. It was dumb or something.
It was dumb because if you are wanting to look at a Bible movie, this is not it.
Right. That's
okay, Emerald. This is not it. This is more up your alley, where maybe, that could be real. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was about Noah, whatever. She's giving me the shaking hand now. She's okay.
Her face has been great over there.
Yeah. So go see it for those people who are out there. You know, if you get a chance, go see Noah, the new movie.
I think she already saw it.
You know they're coming out with like a Moses movie now. Like, it's just they're coming out with all these freaking religious movies.
Well, actually, maybe they're trying to put a new twist in it, too, like
No,
they did with
maybe
Noah.
they're just, never mind, I'm not even going to go there.
Go there.
Brainwash.
Go there.
Dun, dun, dun.
Go there.
They couldn't get people by going door to door, so now they're throwing this shit at you in the movies.
But
They've
see,
been doing it with Star Wars for a long time.
but see
The
this,
Force,
this
Luke.
Noah, it just.
Yeah, I could believe in the Force rather than the God.
but you know, rock people. Are you kidding me? In Noah, in a Bible story?
Rock people or golems,
No.
they've been around for.
No,
it's
I'm talking.
always been part of
Okay,
mythology.
and how do I describe rock people? Okay, do you remember?
I can't
No,
yell at you right now.
I know you can't. That's why I'm talking to you right now. I'm trying to resemble.
We've had rock people in Pokemon, so they've been around. It's just a new
Yeah.
take on it.
The Watchers. I don't. Yeah, I guess you can. I don't. But okay, don't mind Emerald. Go see the movie.
Okay.
So where are we at? We're at 23 minutes after the hour, and in about 2 minutes we're going to go ahead and take a break, and we'll take a break for about 5 to 7 minutes. We will allow you to get up and go and do whatever you want in that time limit. That will give us the
Go have a
opportunity.
smoke, look up, see if you see anything.
Go walk the dog. Look up.
Yeah.
Go take the trash out. Look up, and maybe you will see something. So. So there you go. Let me get ready here right now, because like I said, we still have some time away. We're gonna take some. Oh, actually, Emerald is leaving here. She's gonna be going home. She doesn't feel too good, so we got to move the equipment around. So it might take us more than a little bit than 5 minutes, because we have to move the computer and everything closer to Alan. Alan's gonna put it on that desk over there where the coffee cup is at, and
I
he's
wonder
gonna.
if you could just turn the desk and roll it over.
I don't want it to be in your way. I think we'll just go ahead and. Oh, because we have to unplug it and stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Crapola. Oh, we'll figure it out. So, and then we'll just go. So, you know what? Let me just go ahead and pull up some on hold music here. So we got 90 minutes left, you guys. I have so much to show you and tell you guys. And then what we'll do is we're gonna go ahead and take some calls at the very end. If you are calling and if your number comes up blocked, I am not going to answer it. And that goes for when you call my 24-hour hotline. Lately, I've been getting somebody who's been calling with a blocked number. And I think the last week when we had that person call in and we thought it was a joke, I think it was blocked number, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're not going to accept blocked numbers ever on this show. And if you call my 24-hour hotline on a regular day that the show doesn't happen, and if it says blocked, I will not answer it. Okay? Because if you want me to help you, then I need to see your phone number. Because I got a feeling it's whatever you have or wherever you're calling about, you're basically pulling a fast one on us. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and call it for halftime.
He's done with the trolls.
Yeah,
man. We're done with them.
Let me tell you, we get trolled big time, if that's the proper way of saying it. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. We will be back in about 7 minutes. You guys just go and do what you want to do and come back, and we will see you then. All right, see you guys. I'm trying to put up something on the screen here. I don't know what we're going to put up here. I usually have something, but I don't know. Now, why is it CPU? Why is it going up? So I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
That's crazy. Oh.
You think you're so smart, hiding from the ones who know you. But we see everything, innocence never knew you. Street was your ignorance, everything's gonna get better. Nothing is that will not be repeated.
All right, we are back. I hope everybody is back, comfy wherever they may be. In fact, I just found out that we have people listening right now in Australia and the Netherlands, and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. Appreciate you tuning in and listening and watching us wherever you may be. I appreciate it. You wouldn't even understand how much I appreciate it because, without you guys, we have no show. Simple as that. So. All right, let's continue. Let's have some fun.
Let's tell them a little bit about the opening and the closing of the song.
Absolutely.
We've been getting requests for who it is that opens and closes. I have links on the YouTube. If you go to the right side of YouTube, it shows a link for the band Possessed Tranquility. They are the house band. They are the opening and closing, and it's called...
The Unexplained.
The Unexplained.
Yeah. Yes, you can go to iTunes and purchase their album and that particular song called The Unexplained. It is the opening and the intro and the exit song that we play here on the show. This band actually wrote that song for the show. All right. They are our official house band. You will see them in the TV show because they are like the roots to Jimmy Fallon. They are Possessed Tranquility is that to us here. So when you see the TV show, it's going to be just like that. David Letterman is the Paul Schaefer. Possessed Tranquility is basically our band. They're going to be off to the side on the set, and they will take us out of commercial and bring us back into commercial, open the show for us, and they will close the show for us using The Unexplained as the song. But the other songs, they have many songs they've written. They have an album out. They have an EP out. Go buy it, you guys. These guys are really good in what they do. And we chose them because their music totally fits our show.
The idea of the show, of what our mission or whatever, they fit it right
Perfect.
on the money.
Okay, perfectly. So, again, the band name is Possessed Tranquility. Go to iTunes and purchase all their music. Download it on your Android or iPhone and listen to it because it is good stuff. I listen to them all the time, and I never get tired, especially The Unexplained, because that one pretty much, tells about the show itself. So, all right.
I have their CD in my car, and it's been in there for 9 months.
So, all right, let's continue on. Guess who we have? Oh my gosh, is Heidi Hollis programmed in here?
I hope so.
That's one thing I didn't tell Emerald that.
But it's time for the Heidi.
Heidi Hollis, our new reporter. I'm gonna go to. Is it gonna be in here? Let me see contacts. Oh, wrong phone. Dummy. Scared me. Yeah, we got Heidi. We got a new reporter, you guys, as Danny Valderrama is our squad reporter. Now we have a new reporter. She is Heidi Hollis. For all those who didn't tune in last week, she started last week and will now start off the second part of the show and fill us in on Charles. Oh my God, she's not here. Crap. All right, hold on. Continue. Go and talk about her while I find
her. She does the paranormal. She has several books. You could find her at HeidiHollis.com. I'm on Facebook. She has a group called I can't remember the name, but she'll remember. But she's really into the paranormal. She's so funny, and I love talking with her and chatting with her in the wee hours of the night on Facebook messages. She's really. I think she named the Hat Man or the Shadow Man. And she actually gave it the name. That's why you'll see her on. In fact, I think she has a show on tonight called The Outlander. I think it's right after this show. The Outlander is her show. It's not written down on the pad that Emerald.
Does she have a pad over there? Heidi, if you are listening, which I'm sure you are, go ahead and message me because Emerald handles all that stuff, and do me a favor and send me by message on text. Oh, there you go. Got it. It's here. She just did it to me. Yeah, she's probably going, what a bunch of losers. All right, let's cut Heidi Hollis on the line here, and I'm going to go ahead and do it because Emerald left not feeling too good. And I just hope whatever she has does not rub off on us, because that would be a bummer. I got it. And that would be a bummer.
Oh, I could hear everybody again.
Well, good evening.
Hello.
Hi, Heidi.
I was sitting here cracking up.
I know. Aren't we professional here?
Yeah.
You know, we have all kinds of producers and directors and film cameramen here. Like we have 30, 40 people here. No, actually I'm lying, you guys. We don't.
No, we don't even have an emerald now.
Yeah, we have no emerald. So it's just Ellen and myself in the whole big giant studio. So how's it going?
No worries.
Hey, you're sick, aren't you?
Yes, I got the flu.
What the hell? And I told you stop licking those doorknobs. Man, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, that's what Jeff posts on my Facebook page. You gotta stop licking those doorknobs. I'm like, ew.
So you're okay? I mean, your voice is up to par, and you're good enough to talk and all that. Yes.
I'm good enough to chat and do the fat with you guys.
Right.
In fact, what are you going to have on your show tonight on the Outlander?
Oh, tonight is not the Outlander. I do it on Fridays.
Oh.
It's all good. Yeah, I know. It's I do it on Friday nights, 8 o'clock Central, and I took off for Thanksgiving, of course, so everybody can enjoy their turkey.
Right. Right on.
Yeah.
All right.
Did you guys have a good Thanksgiving?
I did. I don't know about Al.
Mine was okay. I mean, with the family, it was it was good. We had an in-law commit suicide, so it was kind of like that. Kind of put a little bit of a cloud over it.
So,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was sad. It really is. So now, all Thanksgivings from now on will have that memory attached to it. Kind of like, which kind of sucks,
Oh. Okay, don't even think about that. Let's get into the paranormal.
Heck, maybe she's here right now.
Yeah, she could be here right now. So if something falls off the shelf. All right.
Well, what I like to call this is odd advice with Heidi Hollis, because it is always weird out there, so I'm here.
Sweet.
But, I wanted to share with you guys something interesting that I sent it to you guys in an email so you could take a look at this video. I thought was really, really incredible. I cannot for the life of me pronounce this name. Volcano Popocatépetl in Mexico.
Oh, I saw that. I looked at that. It has really fast, though. I mean, it's like in fast motion. It looks like either a missile or something flies into the volcano and then it goes off.
Something flies into the volcano. Now, this is an active volcano. It's located central Mexico in two different states. I guess it's divided into Puebla and Morelos. And this thing is always it's pretty active, constantly kind of moving and grooving. But they're videotaping, and lo and behold, they see something zap towards the volcano just before a massive explosion. And I sent you the link to that video because I was just like, that took a really good eye to catch that. I was like, dang. How many times do you have to watch that before you catch that?
I couldn't even hardly see it, and they had it circled. Just at the last second when it goes into the crater or whatever you want to call it, the top of the volcano. And that's I saw this really quick, thing zip there, and that's all I could see.
Yeah.
And then boom,
Yeah, it's like massive explosion. Massive. I mean, that just blew my mind when I saw it. And that just happened on November 21st, so that was pretty cool. And also, now, I like to mix it up because I just think it's so cool when you hear of somebody that's a known name out there that has seen something out of the ordinary. Dennis Kucinich, who is a U.S. congressman, and he was once a presidential candidate, claims to have seen a UFO. Now, he put this in Shirley MacLaine's newer book, Saging While Aging, and I'm going to give a quote here. This is in her book. For those that are following along, page 143. He writes to her and says, I had a close sighting over my home in Graham, Washington, when I lived there. And Dennis found his encounter extremely moving. The smell of roses drew him out to my balcony, where, when I looked up, he saw a gigantic triangular craft silent and observing him. It hovered soundless for 10 minutes or so and sped away with a speed he couldn't comprehend. He said he felt a connection in his heart and head. Oh, and he heard directions in his mind. Now, what did that direction tell him to go run for president? I don't know. But it's, what's interesting to me, okay, what is that name I'm trying to think of? There is the smell of roses that's associated with sightings of Mary. Have you guys heard of this before, especially associated with the Catholic Church?
Yes.
I actually...
I know
what
you
have it.
What is that called again?
Oh,
after we exorcise demons, sometimes it smells like roses.
Actually, yes. That last time, at one house, the family called you and said it smelled of
roses for 2 days after we left, after we got rid of their demon.
Right.
Wow. Roses reminds me of funerals. I don't know why.
Well, yeah.
I thought it was lilies or something. Is that?
Well, I don't know.
Funerals. Remember the Munsters?
I don't get a warm and fuzzy feeling when I hear this. Do you?
Roses I do, but not lilies.
Oh, okay. Well, it's just bizarre. Like, he gets a smell of roses that draws him outside to go look up. He feels a connection in his heart and heard directions in his mind. Now, he doesn't talk about what those directions were, but this is interesting. During a Democratic presidential debate in October 2007 in Philadelphia, Tim Russert of NBC News asked Kucinich if he saw a UFO. And I guess this is his answer. It says, this is a serious question. Russert first asked, and he said before asking the question, if he saw a UFO, and Kucinich says, I did. And he says, and the rest of the account, and he started stuttering, I didn't, it was an unidentified flying object, and it's like it was unidentified. I saw something. And then he goes, now to answer your question, I'm also going to move my campaign office to Roswell, New Mexico, and another one, and an extra one, and then he starts saying, well, Jimmy Carter saw one too. It's just like, really?
Why would he say I'm going to move a campaign office to Roswell, New Mexico?
I don't know. You think he was trying to be silly?
You think he really did?
I don't know. But why would he stutter? He should have came back and said, you mean, what it was an unidentified. He should have said, actually, to the guy who was narrating and told him the question, he should have said, what does UFO stand for first? And I'm serious. I would have said, what does UFO stand for first? And they said, unidentified flying object. Well, that's what I saw.
Right.
And that would have closed the whole question, because he was trying to make a fool out of him. That's what he was trying to do.
His thing though about feeling it in his mind. There's this. It's almost like Robert Thorson, and then there's another guy in Mexico, and they do the same thing. They feel like something is telling them to go outside, and they go up on the roof, and man, they get more UFO video than anybody.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know how many times I've read that actually.
I have heard that too, but the roses—that's what's like.
Yeah, that is weird.
I don't know where
you wouldn't even associate. I associate the UFOs more like fallen angels or something.
Yes,
interdimensional.
Exactly. So I'm like, why would roses come up?
Fake them out.
Yeah,
they were trying to fake them out. I don't know. Good question.
Make them think they're nice.
Yeah.
It just makes me scratch my head. I'm like,
wow.
Okay, odor of sanctity or something they call it, right?
But it's kind of weird that he started freaking out there on stage trying to answer that question. Why did he freak out? I would have just pretty much just put it to rest and say, yeah, it was an identified flying object.
All right.
You'd be surprised how many people are afraid of ridicule.
Yeah.
They can't handle it,
Wow.
I mean, when I saw the Bigfoot, the guy that was with me, he was old enough to be my dad. But I mean, he told me straight up, after it disappeared and we were talking about it, he told me straight up, if you tell anyone that I saw that with you, I'll deny it to your face. Yeah. And then I told everybody, and he denied it to my face, and I would laugh. I thought it was so funny.
Wow.
I still
had
laughed
a friend
at him.
do that to me. We saw a massive UFO downtown Milwaukee, where I lived. And she and I were out. It was late at night. We weren't drinking or anything. We were just coming from a party, and just a huge UFO. And it practically looked like it was going to squash us. You looked up, and all you could see was UFO. And I'm like, this thing, came over the car, started to go up into the night sky, and disappear. And my friend's like, I didn't see anything, and you can't get me to say I did. That thing came back down out of the clouds. And then it took off straight, out of it, just zapped in an instant. And she denied it for a year, would not discuss it for a year. It took her that long to, accept it for herself. It was really bizarre. But it left me alone in the story, though, which really sucked.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Oh, man.
But,
I like their face when you bring it up. They start that shaking their head no thing, like, oh, no, you're not saying that.
Right.
They start to freak out, and that's when I'm having fun.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, watch this.
That's funny.
You know what is funny, though, too? I mean, I've been in this stuff for a while where it's like, where people weren't giving their real names at UFO meetings. Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, everybody, the real John Smith stand up, and everybody stands up.
Yeah. That was hilarious. I even knew a couple of people who did radio shows and didn't use their real names. I'm like, really? Wow. It's
That's
like,
fun.
oh, I can't let my boss know this is what I do. And I'm like, what? And they're just like, and then they would call me brave. I'm like, look, my dad didn't have any sons. I told my dad, you're going to hear, this name's going to live on forever. I'm going to abuse it to its fullest. And because he always used to suggest, why don't you use some kind of a pen name? I'm like, no way, Dad. No way. I'm going to make this name is going to rock.
Wow. It's rocking, too. You got the world a rocking.
Trying to, anyways. But I got another cool story for you. It is the blast way from the past, okay? This shows how alien hands have had a role in more than we realize. I think this is just very telling of what they've done and perhaps what they're still doing, but maybe through computers. Who knows? Okay, so this is in 329 BC. Alexander the Great's efforts were stopped by two flying and flaming shields as he tried to cross a river with his army. Now, this is how the story goes. Alexander the Great records two great silver shields spitting fire around the rims in the sky that dived repeatedly at his army as they were attempting a river crossing. The action so panicked his elephants, I didn't know the man had elephants, horses, and men so much that they had to abandon the river crossing until the following day. Now, how freaking crazy is that? I'm like, okay, now, had he been successful that day, maybe things would have changed. I don't know. But it just goes to show, my goodness, that was like right in your face. Hey, dude, you're not crossing today. Here, boom, boom, So, like, when we hear these rumors of UFOs hovering over our nuclear bases and pointing missiles and then shutting them down, turning them back on, they've been interfering. This was 329 BC, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
They've been bugging people for a very long time and helping to write the records and to write what mankind has been doing to each other. And this is a story that I personally had never heard of. When I came across it, I'm like, well, holy cannoli.
Man, maybe they changed history, and we wouldn't even know it, really.
Exactly.
Well, now, Heidi, you're a very religious person, and so is Alan. And so, what do you think these things are then? I mean, because you say fallen angels, and if they're rewriting history,
Now, maybe not rewriting it as much as just changing the course right then, and then we won't know. You know what I mean? They changed it right then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it's like you get that funny feeling like don't turn right, and you don't, and then you find out that there was a big smash up right there, and it could have been you, type thing.
Right.
I mean, it something like that, kind of weird.
Well, and there are, you know, I'm of the belief, too, that there are good and there are bad aliens.
Right.
And I think it goes accordingly as far as, you know, whose side they're on and what they're going to do. The good guys don't usually interfere. That's because they feel like, you know, if you want to let... Oh, I'm getting some interference over here. Perhaps it's a UFO. It's flying shields coming at me. I'm just kidding.
No, it really could be. I thought we heard something here, too, right above us.
Yeah, something's going on. But
did you hear that?
It's just
yeah,
it's
weird.
amazing to me. You know, it's like if you want to allow a species to survive in its own natural habitat, what do? You leave it alone. But if you want to, you know, be sure that they become extinct at some point, you stick your little dirty, rotten tools in there and you start messing around with things, scooping the dirt up and digging out roots, and voila, there's a problem. So I think
That's true.
You know, these ones that interfere are not always, you know, they're usually not for good intentions. I think there are better ways to influence change, and the more positive ones, from what I understand, have been told even in regard to such things, they try to influence change from the inside out, not the outside in. The negative ones go from the outside in and throw a monkey wrench and things and try to disrupt things. So the good guys would be like, I'll come to you in your dreams. I'll say, don't do that.
Right.
You know, they talk about a good God, you know, they talk about things like that. The bad guys, they're like, screw that. You know, you say Jesus' name, they run out the door. Ah! You know, it's like, what the heck?
And they do screaming, too, all the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Exactly. So, I mean, it's just fascinating. I mean, that was a story I'd personally not heard of before, so I just thought that was really kind of cool.
I'm going to look it up.
Now, I've got...
the roses thing, first time for me.
Oh, the roses one still got you,
Yeah, still got me thinking about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just crazy stuff. Now, I get these emails. I always invite people to write me at dustoutlander@gmail.com, share your stories, insight, things that you've experienced, and I've got some juicy ones here today, too. These are cool. I always get the coolest stories, and I'm just like, blows my mind. I don't always read ahead. Usually I don't read ahead, so it's like I try to edit as I go along. So, pardon me for 1 second. I'm hearing some odd noises once again. Okay. All right. I'm better. All right. It says, Dear Heidi, that's me. I don't know if my Connor is anything to write home about. My name is Deb, and I hail from South Africa. Oh, hello, South Africa.
Cool. Hello, South Africa.
Yeah, right. The shadows in this house, as well as my previous home, I just catch a glimpse of in my peripheral vision. As soon as I see it, I speak to it, telling it it is not welcome and to leave the house in Jesus' name. It seems to work. They left my house, my daughter's, and my sister's homes, and they have not been back. As for the cat, has been in the house for 30-odd years. My mom's sister and my youngest daughter and I have seen it. Seems to leave us alone. My animals don't seem fazed by it. Oh, she's calling us a shadow cat. Don't seem fazed by it, so I just let it be. Be well, be blessed, be protected in our precious Jesus' name, Bev. Oh, that's so sweet.
So he lets the shadow cat stay, huh?
Yeah, I don't understand that.
Yeah, me either. All that all
evil.
Like what you have that Facebook group. What is it called?
Paranormal Pledge.
Yeah, Paranormal Pledge. In there is some stories. I mean, where they turn from a cat to a rabbit to a spider to a hat guy. You know, I mean, like they can change. They don't. It just might not be a little cat all the time. You know.
Wow.
And there's some killer stories in there. I would like welcome all our viewers to go and join that one.
Oh, yeah. ParanormalPledge.com. If you go there and click, it'll take you straight to the Paranormal Pledge group on Facebook. And then I also have Shadow People and Hat Man Experiencer group that you can click on from that same website. The stories, I have them in the thousands when it comes to Shadow People and the Hat Man. And I say to people, you know, it's like, oh, it's just a little ghost. I'm like, oh, no. A little ghost, a little shadow, a little whatever. It's not paying the rent, is it? If it's not paying the rent, please get your size 12 shoe on, whatever you wear, and kick it in the rear end and show it at the door. Because it's it's not welcome. And once they see that you kind of let your guard down just a little, even for the little one or the little child ghost, I mean, it's like they tell their friends or something, or they start eating and feeding off from you and getting bigger and badder, and then you've got a big monstrous problem on your hands. So it's not cool.
And
it's
you know
not
what?
cool.
A lot of people don't realize is like some of the arguments and stuff in their house, where and they don't even know why they're arguing or irritated or anything.
Right.
Yeah.
It's those things, sitting in the corner laughing at them because it feeds off that negative vibe, and I mean, you'll just be in a bad mood, and as soon as you step outside, you're not, and you're like, what the heck was that? It was from
Exactly.
It was from those
Exactly.
things,
Right.
Right.
Even the little
Right.
kitty one.
Yep, that's exactly what I tell people. I'm like, none is the best route to go. So, Bev, if you're listening over there in South Africa, thank you for writing so much, but please, they haven't all left. There's
Right.
one little nasty rodent of a shadow cat roaming around. Get the broom and bless it and sweep it out the door or something. I don't know.
You know what just occurred to me? That's how, like, they're tricky. Okay, like they try. A lot of them know you from birth, and even before, like they know your ancestors, so they know your family like better than you, and they know exactly what to do to be accepted. You know what I mean? They will put on a persona of a little kitty because you like kitties, or whatever it is, and that way you allow it because it's just that, you know.
Right.
And then that's how they stay. And then when like I come across people and I tell them, you got to get rid of that, they're like, oh, it's just that.
Right.
That it's not.
I had a call last night, as a matter of fact, and Cheryl can back this up because I was sitting on the couch talking to this person, but they had something in the house.
Yeah.
And I basically told them exactly how to get rid of it, and that's what Alan has been telling everybody, how in Jesus' name. And there was a small child that has been with the new wife that has been following her, and we pretty much came to the conclusion that that's what it was. And she said, no, she's fine. It's nothing to get, and I said, no, this is why all this is happening, because of that. So I told them exactly what to do, and hopefully that's going to solve it, because this is the third time within the past 3 months people have called me. The first two called me back and said everything's perfect now.
Like, thank you.
Like, everything it worked. Yeah. What I told them, only because of what you told me, Alan, to tell them, worked.
Right.
I tried everything. It took me a while to figure that out, but now that I know, I have 100% record of getting rid of them.
Right.
Even in other people's house. I mean, 100%. I have not had one come back or anything. I mean, it's 100% so far.
Wow.
Isn't that something?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I'm at 100% so far too. It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's about having no doubts in where you put your faith at when you're going about cleansing and getting rid of stuff too. It's like you have got to just own up, take control, and do your thing. You've got to. Alan, you tell me, is this a bad thing? Like they come in forms that we enjoy. I'm hoping perhaps if they do come my way again, they'll come as a Black Shadow Mercedes. Is that bad? I'm just kidding.
That sounds pretty good to me. Maybe even a limo style.
Oh, there we
with
go.
Lights flashing in the inside. Yeah.
Like, I want a cute little fuzzy black shadow cat. Come on, give me a black Mercedes.
No kidding.
Yeah, for real, huh?
Good Lord.
That's funny.
What are they thinking, cheap shadows? But anyways, how much more time do we have? Because I got a couple more of these.
You can do a couple more.
Okay, all right. So, this is a short one. Let me get to this juicy long one, because this one's been sitting here since last week. Okay, it says, Dear Heidi, my experience with the Hat Man was when I was 6 years old. I saw him for the first time standing at the end of my bed, staring at me. Funny thing was, I wasn't afraid. I was startled, but not afraid of this guy, even at the tender age of 6. Oh, he was bold. I had seen and heard my fair share of scary things, And to me, this man was not one of them. That's funny.
At 6 years old, he was well versed at.
Yeah. He brought me comfort. I could hear him walking up the stairs in our house almost nightly. I hear a lot of static on this. I don't know what's going on. Really weird. Okay, so I heard him walking up the stairs in our house almost nightly, and I knew he was standing in the hallway. Oh, that's horrible. I would get up and open up the door and wait for him. Oh, this person's funny. I got the distinct feeling that he was there to protect me. Oh, that's weird. The house I grew up in had many entities living there. There was a man in black that lurked around all parts of the house, and there was a woman that liked to turn the water on in all the sinks. I really thought almost all my life that everyone in every house had similar things going on. I lived in the house with my 2 younger brothers and my mom and stepdad, and nothing was ever said about the Hat Man or the Man in Black until my mom was diagnosed with MS and thought she was going crazy because she could see all these guys. And then it all came out at our family meeting that all of us saw them, and that wasn't until I was 22 years old. Wow. When I was 26 years old and married, my husband and I, oh, this is a lady, okay. Oh, I didn't catch that part. When I was 26 years old and married, my husband and I bought a house. And here I was introduced to the not-so-nice and comforting. At first glance, and the walking through the house, okay, I do not edit these things. I just read as they write it. At first glance, on walking through the house, I didn't feel anything that made me feel unsafe, but the longer I lived there, the more the ghosts, shadows, and black mist and the entities that talked made their appearance. And it wasn't just inside the house either. There were others outside also. I had my first son when I was 29 years old, and when he was a little kid, he would talk about the lady who liked to sit in the chair in his room at night. He also told me about the man that would stand in the hallway and just stare at him. Oh, boy. Family traditions passing down. He said that I needed to make that bad man leave, and so I consulted a friend of mine who was a medium to come to the house and tell me what we were dealing with. She said there was so much going on here that it was hard to pinpoint what was visiting and what was part of the house. I ended up saying out loud to these beings that they could show themselves to me, but never to my child. And after getting that clear, my son didn't see much of them ever again, but I did see them. I heard them and I felt them. I wanted to know what was in my house, and of course, as well as anything, know that nothing could stay the same. Okay, whatever. It either elevates or fades away. I had my second son when I was 34, and by then I had a pretty good handle on what was lurking in my house. My husband started changing from a loving man, look at Alan, this is what we're talking about, from a loving man into a raging alcoholic, and the elevation of seeing and hearing dark entities started all over again. Black mist in the stairways and hallways, black shadows in the corners of the ceiling, so that's weird. Creepers, the ones that stand behind you and talk in your car. The Hat Man came back, but this time he was not comforting, he was evil. When my youngest son was 2 years old, he said that he and his brother and I were the light, and the dark bad man were demons.
Wow.
That's interesting that the kid knew.
Yeah.
I asked how he knew this, and he said the angels who visit me at night told him this. Oh, wow.
There you go.
Powerful. Powerful.
Yeah.
I am an open-minded person, so I had no reason to doubt him even at his young age. I decided that it was time to try and get rid of all the darkness that was plaguing my house and everything around me, so I called my medium friend, and she brought 2 others with her along with a pastor, and they blessed my house and the land and salted everything, and we prayed. And guess what? I'm not surprised by this one. The dark ones are still here. They have been more quiet and not so much chaos, but they are still here. Over the years, I believe there is an ongoing war between the darkness and the light here, in 2 different dimensions, and my house just happens to be in the middle of it. It's the only way that I can make sense out of it. Thank you for taking the time to read my story. I actually feel better just getting it out. LOL. I know I'm not alone in the freaky-deaky world of seeing otherworldly things, but it sure is nice to share it with someone else who understands. Blessed be Melissa. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy cannolis.
You know when she said she was having the mediums come.
I know. I was
That's it, right?
Exactly.
They have 100% not having it happen. ratio. Even though when you talk to them, they all know. I mean, they get mad if you question them. I mean, they really do. But only they can't change nothing, and I wish they could.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they can talk to them, see, and then they'll tell you whatever that thing tells you, and it's usually a lie.
Oh yeah.
They'll say, "Oh, it's it's some little girl or whatever," and it has a message for you, or it's your grandma or something. I mean, it's always something, and it isn't true ever.
Right. When I'm reading this here, I'm like a medium, and like they had an army of people to fight her personal battle.
Yeah.
That's not going to work.
No.
It's there for you. It's not there for them. It's there for you. When you hide behind somebody else's face and hope that they could take it on. Here, go. Here's some water. Did you need a snack? No. You've got to take this on yourself.
Like Reese's Pieces? Hey.
It's like, need a beef jerky? I don't know. It's so silly. But, I understand. This is what they show you in the movies and what they tell you at church.
Yeah.
Get the pastor involved. Get the priest out there. Do this stuff for, we'll get it done, because this is what we do.
Right.
No, it's an individual battle. It is a war. They were correct in saying that, they are like a light. And I do tell people this, that, it's not that you're a bad person all the time. Sometimes you're just such a darn bright light. You're just like moth to a flame, The evil's going to come and sniff out, what's that bright light doing over there? We got to stomp that thing out. So they flutter over and whoops, see what they can do.
Well, I scare church people. I start talking about this stuff, and I even had a relative sit in. We're talking an adult, plug his ears and start humming so he couldn't hear me. And he's like, "Don't talk about that; it'll jump on me." And I thought, wait a minute, this guy goes to church like all the time, and I don't. I don't at all. But only he has no faith is all. That's it.
Yeah.
He thinks church saves him or something. A lot of people
think I'm a church Bible thumping person, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not. It's like I go to church religiously because I feel my body's my temple. Because and that's where I worship.
About as the religious I get is drinking coffee. I religiously drink coffee every morning and sometimes every night. But that's about as religious as I get, really.
Yeah.
But
you
doesn't
both.
that doesn't have anything to
habit?
Doesn't have anything to do with my faith, though.
Right.
What I believe faith-wise,
And Heidi, you were brought up Catholic, weren't you?
No.
Oh.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Okay, my bad.
She's more like
I'm not
me.
one of them, sorry. I was brought up Methodist.
Oh, okay. Okay.
See, I wasn't brought up anything. I was brought up partier. Yeah.
Partier. Yeah, big time partier.
Yeah, it was like puff, puff, pass.
Right.
No.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no, my church was really laid back, really easygoing, really open. They're so laid back. They're one of the, I believe they're the first to start marrying gay couples, and having gay pastors and everything. So very, very open and liberal in that sense. So the opposite of Catholic, I suppose.
Oh, big time. Big time. Yeah.
But it's I think the thing is that most important is to look at the similarities and differences. When it comes to faith, and that's across the board, because I have a hard time, looking down upon those that have, that believe in the one God. Okay, they have different things on the side that I don't get fully. Jesus is my rock, but it's like, do I think all my friends are gonna burn in hell? I think everybody has a chance to get themselves, with what's right. But I'm not gonna throw a Bible down their throat. You know what I mean? It's just I've had some interesting challenges when it comes to some of these paranormal shadow people guys and the Hat Man guy and and people of different beliefs, and I'm like, gosh, I always tell people in Jesus' name to get, and here they're Muslim or they're Jewish or the different faiths of India even, and I'm like, Shazam, okay, so how can I not be fully biased towards Jesus, though I am,
Right.
and steer them on the right path. And I'm like, okay, what's special in your religion? It's like this. Okay, could you go with this? And do you have holy water in your face? Yes, we do. And go in each corner and bless your home. You know, it's like I've had to find different ways. And, you know, but I tell them, you know, my way is Jesus. You know, you do what works for you. And you know, I'll be, you know, it's odd because I don't get to hear follow-ups like, you know, you guys get out there and see these people. And I'm like, I'll write them. I'm like, what happened? You know, and they don't get back to me. So I don't know what the turnout, you know, is of these all the time. I've heard a couple of them, and they say things have calmed down. I didn't hear everything's cleared out. So it's different. There's different challenges out there, but it makes for an interesting world, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I think we hear them because it worked. You know what I mean? And they want to tell you, hey, wow, you know, my gosh. Because they usually when they get to us, they tried about everything.
Right.
And everyone, you know what I mean? And they're like at the end of their rope. And then when it works, then they're like, I can't believe it. I mean, that is their words, too. Like, I cannot believe it. You guys are like 100% correct. Wow, you know. And relieved. They're way relieved.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's nice
That's
to
a
know
beautiful
that
thing.
part. Yeah. Makes you feel good whenever you took somebody that was being, you know, messed up all the time, and then now they have a normal life. You know?
Yep.
Indeed. Yeah. It's, you know, every little bit, it's like every day I tell people I wake up and I think of what more can I do today? You know, what more can I do to get the message out, you know, just so people know that they don't have to live with this dark garbage in their lives. It's not welcome, so send it along, you know, be done.
I never realized how far and wide it is until I got in your groups.
Oh,
I mean, they're from everywhere, all walks of life, all different people, and I mean, and they all have stories of, even like the ones that were freaking me out the most are the lizard ones.
Oh,
God. It was like, man, you know, whoa, I haven't seen, but wow, you know, the lizard ones are mean, and they can walk through a wall. You know, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't see the roundhouse coming when it comes.
Right, yeah. It reached through the bathroom wall and grabbed him by the neck, and he knew it was a lizard. Finally, he poked its head through. It was like, wow, oh man, you know,
yeah,
that's scary. Yeah,
that's hideous. That's horrible. Jeff, are you okay?
Oh yeah, I'm taking all this in. I am taking all this in. No,
crazy.
I'm just
crazy
no,
world out there.
I'm just tripping out because you know what you guys talking about. You know, it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I've already told 3 people what to do, and so far, you know, the third one hasn't called me back. But the first 2, exactly, it's cleared their house. It cleared the house, and I told them exactly what to do, without having to call in for reinforcements.
Right.
Just make sure the property owner is the one who does it.
Yeah.
And you know, basically call them out using Jesus Christ in the name up to the property line, and they do exactly what I just told them, and it worked, man. I mean, you can't deny that these people are calling me back and said, you know, we haven't had anything happen in the past couple of weeks. You know, we are fine. The baby has not cried once in his room staring up at the corner of the crib. You know, it hasn't happened. So what do you say about that?
That's awesome. That's awesome. Jesus is a busy man. That's all I could say. And I think we should repay him the favor and acknowledge him.
Yeah.
You know, and so often, you know, people, I think they take it for granted. Okay, I'm just gonna, you know, take a little bit off of Jesus' cloth and put it here at the on my property, and I'm gonna walk away and take care of that, Jesus. I'm done here. You know, it's like, but pay him a little respect. You know, give a little prayer, a little shout out, and maybe show somebody else. Tear a little bit of that cloth off and give it to them. You know, you gotta start spreading this name of him around, because for crying out loud, it's the only thing that I know that works 100%.
Right. And you know, for the people who are watching and listening right now, we're not a God-thumping type of show here at all.
No.
Okay? But what we're trying to tell you is that paranormal exists, and there are evil and good in this world. And it just so happens that we know how to defeat the evil. And we're telling you this stuff works. And I'm not telling you that you need to go to church in order to do this stuff, you guys. All right? This is not what we're about here. And I'm just hoping that we're not turning off people by talking about this. All right? That's the last thing I want to do. You know, this is a paranormal show. And Alan has even said, you know what? The Bible is probably the most paranormal book that you can ever get and read, because that stuff is happening to this day. All right? I mean, I don't know what more to tell you. If you are an atheist out there and you're watching and listening to us, how can you deny that what we are telling these people to do to get rid of the evil, that it's working? It's not in their minds. It's actually working. Okay? So there is something going on here, and it's you know, what can I say? All right? Again, I'm not trying to force feed people about God and Jesus and all this, but what we talk about here, guys, is we're here to assist people, to help you. And that's one of the reasons why I started doing this, because people out there, you guys have questions. And, you know, these people that call me on the phone, they say that they go through the internet and they start looking up phone numbers or people to call, and they call and get answer machines. They call, and all of a sudden they call me and they get a real person, and you should see the sigh in their breath. Oh my God, you're real. Oh my God, I need help. You know, and they talk to me and they tell me their problems, and I tell them what to do. And man, this is what it's all about. It's about helping you get rid of that evil. Because,
well, look, think about, okay, now let's go back like 5 years. Okay, and people were calling us and asking us for help,
and we didn't know how.
We did everything we knew,
right?
And we could not help a soul.
We
weren't helping anyone.
What they were asking us first is to make sure they were not whacked out of their mind, and by doing that is we would go to their house or business, set up all the cameras, and see if we could get something on film or audio as a EVP. But that is still not going to help them.
No,
we weren't helping them. We might have validated, okay, there is something going on there, but we didn't know what was going on. I mean, we didn't know how to assist them.
We did the same thing as TAPS. Basically, I mean, we went in with all the cameras and the you know, all the reading things and everything, and then all we could do is tell them, there's something here.
Have a nice day. Thank you for letting us come inside. You know, and that's what TAPS and Ghost Adventures and all those guys are doing. They're not all they're doing is creating a TV show for you to watch. They're not helping anybody at all.
That's the sad part. I couldn't bear it anymore, because I'm like, well, we've been here for a whole 2 hours. Time to go. We didn't find anything, so nothing's going on here. I'm like, those poor people, they're left alone in this horror. Now that you've riled them up, it's going to be 10 times worse, you know?
Right.
I'm like, I feel so bad for them. But, you know, I always tell people, you know, when I do talk about these more, like, what sounds like religion, you know, I'm like, it's like, look, okay, I'm going to tell you what works. This is the common sense approach. And, yes, it happens to be in the Bible, you know, and it's just about, you know, keeping it real. If you want me to sugarcoat it, then I'm not going to help you. What helps is telling you the gosh honest truth about what works. And this is what works, people. And there's no other way to put it. And I had to go full circle back to my faith. And I was somebody who resented the fact I had to go to church, who resented the fact I was forced to go through confirmation classes. And I put in my first book, where I named the shadow people phenomenon, that, you know, if Jesus were around, I would have seen him by now. He's not around. I was a skeptic, and then lo and behold, he shows up, rattles me a bit, and sends me back to church. But I didn't go there physically, but in my heart and mind I did. And this is where I've landed. I've had to do this in order to be able to help other people. And I'm like, I tell people, when something so evil can make your knees shudder, but you'd hate to hear the thought of, you know, the Bible stuff coming forward. It's like, you see that evil exists. Well, aren't you happy to know that God exists too and could smack the heck out of that darkness? Because I mean, dude, that's what you need. I mean, it's just what it is.
Yeah, and the people who have called me are not religious people. They're not, but they're spiritual and they believe in something, but they're not religious people, you guys, all right? They're not, people who go to church every Sunday, the people who call me and ask for help. Those are not the people who call me. So, they're not embarrassed to ask for help, all right? It's working. Obviously, there's good and it's evil. We're here, you guys, to help you, whether you like it, whether you like to hear what we're saying right now or not. At this point in time, I don't care, because if we help one person out there, then we have succeeded in doing our job and on this show. All right?
Really, and that's what's so cool about you guys. I love you for that.
We don't even know how many are going to now put the like we have the ones calling us, but how many are watching around the world that are having this problem, and then now they're going to go try it.
Sure. And you know what? And maybe you don't know the exact procedure, and you know what? We will tell you the exact procedure to do if you're having that problem later on in the show. If you stick around, we will tell you exactly what to do to get rid of the evil in your home. You don't need to contact a priest. You don't need to go to the Catholic Church and get a gallon of holy water and get rosaries. Trust me, it's been done. It doesn't work.
No.
All right? Only one thing works, and we will tell you how and what to do. All right? Okay? So, again, this is a paranormal show. When we can help you get rid of evil, damn, that's crazy crap right there. That's paranormal shit. Excuse me. That's stuff that's like, whoa.
That's
all right?
paranormal.
Whoa. That's paranormal stuff.
It doesn't get any more paranormal than
yes,
that.
it's paranormal stuff, all right? But we're going to help you get rid of it, and that's why we're doing this show. And we're not here to stuff the Bible down your throats at all. We talk about the Bible because there's some cool stuff happening in the Bible. That's some paranormal, and it's happening to this day. And it's we like that stuff. That's just the stuff that we talk about on this show. Again, please don't be offended that we keep talking about Jesus and God, because what we are telling you to do to get rid of evil, it's working. So how do you explain that? How do you explain it? You can't. So obviously it's working, therefore there is good. And if we're telling you to say a certain name, then there's got to be something going on there. All right, you guys? Okay.
Indeed. So I want to thank the people that wrote me, by the way. This is awesome that you guys took the time to share what was going on. And, my gosh, it's fun discussing this stuff with you guys because you're on the same level with this, and you vibe on the same stuff. It's awesome. So I welcome people to write me, dusoutlander@gmail.com, DASOutlander@gmail.com. And we'll definitely get to your stories because I love hearing what's really going on out there. And, we're gonna rock what works, right?
Right, absolutely. We're here to, evil is monsters, man. I mean, that's some scary SHIT. All right, and if there's a way we can help you get rid of these monsters underneath your bed, well, then we're going to do it.
Right.
All right.
Sounds good.
Okay. All right, Heidi.
Thanks, you guys. This was fun. Second week.
Right.
All right.
We'll talk to you next week. Hope you get better.
Sounds good.
Yeah, you get better.
All right.
Good night, you guys.
Okay, have a good night. See ya.
Good night, Heidi.
Bye.
Okay, you guys. We're just going to go ahead and tell you right now. I'll let Alan do it because he's the one who figured it out. And he's more into this than I am. The reason why I was able to assist these people when they called me on my 24-hour hotline is because Alan told me what to say, and basically I did exactly what Alan told me to say to them, and it worked. So Alan, somebody calls you and says, "Hey, there's something in our house. Our baby." It keeps looking up at the corner and it's crying. The bookshelf fell off the wall last night. A vase flew from one end to the other end. We know it's evil. We tried everything and nothing works. What do I do?
Well, the first thing I tell them is that this probably has been with their grandpa and their great-grandpa, and I mean, these things attach themselves to families. And it could be nobody told it to get lost yet. And it only respects only one name. That for some reason now, and for me, like I had these shadow things in my house, and I tried everything. I mean, I called up Jeffrey, you know. I mean, we were doing all the ghost things. I'm like, man, I was at the end of my rope on what to do, and then I remembered something from my past, that some experiences I had, and I thought, man, you know, they say it works, so then I had to do some research, and I found out that you had this name. He gave you authority to use his name, and it's like a cop thing. Like if you jump out in the road and you try to stop a car, you don't have any power to stop the car. The car could run over you. If a cop jumps out in the road and he tells you to stop, you stop. But do you stop because he could physically make you stop? No. You stop because you see his badge and he has authority, so that's why you stop. That's all this Jesus name thing is a badge. All it is like he gave you the authority to use his name to get rid of those things. And you have to be the head of the household, or the person that, if you're a renter, you have to be the renter.
So your name has to be on that lease. You have to have signed your signature as the rent. Okay, make sure you understand what he's saying.
Because it's like a legal thing, right? I can't go in your house and do anything because I don't own it. It's not mine to do, and they recognize ownership. Okay, but in my house, I can say, get out of my house, and you have to get out, right? The law is behind me on that, and it's all a legalistic type thing. And so then you just use Jesus' name and you kick it to the curb, and you tell it has to be property line to property line, and it can't come back. And sometimes you might even know its name. Like you might know it might be anger, it might be jealousy, it might be, you know, something that you know what it's doing, and it has a name. If you know its name, name it, and then send it packing. And it'll go. It'll absolutely go every single time. It'll go. Once you start doing this, it gets easier and easier, because you realize, you know, at first you kind of doubt everything. But once you get going and you realize these things really run, I mean, you just speak that name and they take off, it gets a lot easier. And then you could go and help people like how we're doing, you know, like they're the owner of the house. Then where 2 people agree, it's even stronger. 3 people agree, it's even stronger than just one person. So if we go in their house and they go for it, we could actually agree with them, and we can stand in agreement in this and become 2, which is stronger than 1. And those things really scream going out the door. And I mean, they scream.
Now, what I told the past 3 people who have called me, and I told them basically, this is what you need to do. You need to, at first it has to be the owner of the property. Okay. And it's kind of weird because, not weird, but I definitely brought that up because the people who are calling me, they were not the owners of the property. It was like either the mother-in-law or their brother, and it was kind of hard for them to tell them what I told them, because they're going to go, are you kidding me? You want me to do that? You're a joke. You know, so it's, you know, you have to, and what's actually kind of good about this is that the people who own the property were wanting this thing gone more than them. So they were willing to try anything. And they did. I told them, and this is what I said. I said, start from one end of the house and walk through the house and say, in the name of Jesus Christ, I want you to leave this property to the edge of the property line and do not ever return in the name of Jesus Christ. And I told them to say that. All right.
That's what you do.
And I told them to open the door on one end of the house or apartment, whatever it is, and walk from one side to the outside. Once they get to that side, to close the door, and they can never ever change the way they feel about that. Because from what I understand, if you say, well, you know, maybe I'm not sure, I shouldn't have done that, or anything like that, that will give them an okay to come back. So you have to be forceful on your on what you mean.
Yeah, you
okay?
can't doubt.
You can't
start doubting yourself, because the enemy will do that. It'll put doubts in your head, like, yeah, that doesn't work, and then you'll start doubting yourself, and then you lower your guard, and then they're back.
Right. So it worked, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Again, we're not a religious station. We're not a religious show. We are a paranormal show. We're here to inform you guys about what is going on in the world around us. And there's a lot of crazy stuff going on. Like, if you've been listening to us, I know we are opening a bunch of eyes out there.
Worms.
Yeah, because you guys were some of you guys were blown away. Some of you guys thought we were jokes when you first started, but afterwards, now you guys are totally taken back on how we are presenting the information and what's really happening out there. Because what we show you guys here, like that freaking paper article you just saw from the 1890s about flying monsters over Selma and Fresno, we've been talking about that for the past 5 years on this show, and all of a sudden somebody validates in the LA Herald, for crying out loud. Okay, so there are stuff that are just, there's no way in the world this could be true. No way. Like I said, there's no way there are monsters out there. Bullcrap, they are. We call them monsters. I mean, I call them monsters. I mean, I don't know what else you're going to call them, but see that thing over there in that window? People see that. People see this thing back behind me. People see that. All right? And we're talking people with credibility, man. We're talking police officers, congressmen, doctors, lawyers. They're seeing these things, and they're freaking out. So what we're here to tell you, this stuff is real. All right? Whether you like it or not. We have ran across people. We have seen things. He has seen things. I've heard things with our own eyes and ears that are telling us, you know what, this stuff is real. All right, we're not trying to pull a fast one on you guys.
And what's fun is we hunt them down.
Yeah, we look for them.
Research it. We don't sit and talk about it and just read articles to everybody. We actually go, like we were saying earlier, all the cameras and the K2 meters and the EVP, and I mean, we were doing it by the book just like everybody else.
Right.
We hit the mountains, and we have certain spots that we go to.
We find footprints, you guys.
Yeah.
We're talking footprints this large.
Yeah. 8,000,
7,000 feet. And don't tell me somebody's walking up there with no shoes or socks on, because I'll slap you.
Yeah.
That's just not using your common sense. Who would be walking in the snow or in the mud at 7,000, 8,000 feet in their bare feet that are, the width of their foot is freaking 9, 10 inches by 18 inches.
Bigger than my boot.
We're talking that size. So, yeah, I mean, come on. I mean, there are ships flying over us. A lady called me, and this is 2 weeks ago. She called me out of the blue on my 24-hour hotline. For those who don't know what my 24-hour hotline is, I'm going to tell it to you guys because, again, I've had this thing going on 12 years now. I don't want to say what police officers, but I get PD calling me. Like I said, I've got a congressman calling me. I got the news. I got NBC, CBS, ABC, Fox. They all call me for specific reasons and to ask me questions. The phone number is area code 559-287-8367. Again, 559-287-8367. The last four numbers represent the letters UFOS. So happened I put that in there to help out people. Remember.
And we're not answering block calls.
I'm not answering block calls. No more block calls, okay? Yeah. If you call, there better be a number on that
private
screen.
number or blocked. Forget it.
I will not answer it. Okay. You won't believe the calls that I get from this. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, I got a call 2 weeks ago. It was a lady, and you know when you're getting hoaxed or not. I can tell. All right, I've been doing this a long time. I know when somebody is trying to pull a fast one on me. For one thing, this wasn't a blocked call. It was a regular phone call. And I saw the number on there. I answered it. It was a lady. She sounded to be in her late 50s, early 60s. And she wanted to tell me a story that happened to her in the 70s. And she lived here in Fresno near the fairgrounds. All right, probably I'm thinking Maple and Kings Canyon Avenue. She said she was outside during the day, and she was just outside on her lawn or just walking around or something, and then all of a sudden she saw a shadow come over her, and she looked up, and she said it was a triangle, but it wasn't a very big triangle. She said it was about 8 foot by 10 foot, 8 foot by 8 foot. But what's weird about this, and you can tell she was very sincere at what she was telling me. She said, I saw the pilot. She said it was a round dome on top of this triangle, and it was a human. He was dressed in military fatigues. He said it was a military guy, and it was flying so low that the only reason she looked up because of the shadow. But she said it was so low that no one else could see it because it was that low. She said it was probably, 100 feet, maybe 75 feet. We're talking low, all right? She said she looked up, she saw this black small triangle come up and zip and stop. And she said the military guy in that dome was looking right at her. And she looked right at him, and the guy went, "Dude!" And all of us, you can see me, and all of a sudden it went like this. And it was gone. And she goes, and she freaked out. And she said she has held that in herself and has never told anybody because she didn't want to get laughed at. Like, are you kidding me? In the 1970s, are you telling me our government, because she's telling me, Jeff, it wasn't an alien. It wasn't some monster from outer space. It was a human being, one of our guys, military guys, pilot. Because she had, she saw the helmet and everything. She said it was human. It was our military guy, but he freaked because she saw him, and all of a sudden, as soon as she saw him, the thing just went, and it was gone.
I bet he was supposed to be cloaked.
I don't know, but this was in the 70s, you guys.
In the 70s.
Okay, this was in the 70s. All right, we're now in 2015. Yeah. If that was what we had back then, what do you think we have now? And where did that stuff come from? All right, where did it come from? People. We were talking. You brought up the
Project Orion.
Orion. Let's talk about that. All right. Okay.
That seems like we're going backwards to me.
December the 4th, NASA is going to be launching a rocket called Orion. And this is a freaking rocket, like back in the days when the
moonwalkers.
Okay. Why are we doing this?
It's backwards.
All right. We had the space shuttle. Why are we?
What they're calling it? They're calling that a deep space ship.
I've
and it's the same thing. It's just they said it's the size of 2 minivans.
Okay. I can tell you right now, you guys, what we have been told is we have a secret space program. And we've had it forever. All right? The moon launch, the space shuttles, all that crap is just something to make you sit in front of the TV and go, ooh, cool. That's all that is. We have these TR-3Bs, these triangles. We're already out of space. There are, I could tell you right now, we are just way far out there. Okay.
This is the first technology. The last technology the military even showed us was the F-117s. Is that what they are? Then the B-2, the B-2 bomber, right? And they're all like triangles shape, and that was the best technology. That was 1991.
Okay,
that's like a long time ago, and they haven't really gave us anything, and now they come out with Orion. And I'm thinking like Orion. a rocket ship, Sirius, Sirius,
right?
A rocket
yeah.
ship.
Why are we sending up a rocket ship?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I mean, obviously there's something that they're not telling us. Well, anyways, what I'm showing you right now on the screen is a triangle that many people are witnessing. All right, and these things are different sizes. People are witnessing freaking triangles and boomerangs the size of battleships and the size of cities. Right now, are those ours? I don't know.
That's a good question.
And if they are ours, where are they hiding these things?
Well, I think they can cloak.
I think
They may never land. They may stay right up there, and then they just use the little ship like the what she saw in the 70s,
right?
Just to go down and land.
And land or something. Yeah.
And the big one just stays floating with what do you call free energy.
Okay, and that's one of the reasons why. Right now, it's the governments of this world want to rule the world. All right. Whatever government has the best toys are basically going to rule everybody else. So that's why they're keeping all this thing top secret. Our government has probably so many great technology that obviously they have to keep it under wraps because, the free energy thing, nuclear, different types of propulsion. It's if we found out about this, there would be no more PG&E. There would be
no more power companies. No more gas stations.
All that would be non-existent. But you have to have that now for the world to survive because it's all about money, you guys. It's all about money.
Yeah, I think they want to keep it around until we totally, figure it out that they're doing that.
Right.
They just want to bleed everybody to the death,
Right.
Or until they run out of oil.
Holy mackerel.
Completely.
10 minutes left. Okay.
Got to remind me because I got to go
I
got to go woman the board.
Woman the board. So,
yeah.
Again, we still have some more left over that we didn't get to. Only because, again, I don't want to offend anybody because of the stuff that we talk about here, especially the religion part. All right, it's all about figuring out this stuff because that's why I'm doing this because I want to know. I want to know about aliens. I want to know about Bigfoot. I want to know about evil and good. All that intrigues me and has been since I was a little freaking kid watching In Search Of, on Wednesday nights with Leonard Nimoy. Man, that stuff I love this stuff, you guys. And if we can help people by figuring some of this stuff out, then we're going to do it. And if it has to involve Jesus and God, well, then we're going to do it because it works. All right? So, again, we're not trying to offend the atheist out there, but explain this to me if you don't believe in Jesus and God. How do you explain getting rid of the evil using Jesus' name? Explain that. How do you figure? Why is it working?
Yeah, especially when we tried everything.
If you can tell me, if you can solve that problem, if you can tell me this is why the word Jesus is being, it works. I want to know about it. I want you to call me and tell me this is why it's working.
Or if they know another way.
Yeah.
We've tried smudging, we've tried the holy water, the blessed candles, the you name it.
Yeah. Nothing works except for that. So, again, we're here to help you guys, to inform you guys. We know there's a lot of stuff going on out there, and you guys don't have the time to sit back and do research and see that's what we do. We're doing this for you guys, and we have fun doing it. All right. Now, when we start doing that TV show, we're gonna blow you out of the freaking water. This is nothing compared to what we're gonna show you. I swear, we're gonna blow you out of the freaking water. All right. There is no one else doing what we're doing, and the episodes that we have coming up that I have on paper is gonna freak you out. I can tell you that right now, and that's what my intentions are, to freak you out. So.
And did you hear that weird noise?
Well, I heard it while Heidi was talking. It was like a howl. To me, it sounded evil.
Yeah.
Did that what it sounded like to you?
Yeah, it did.
Okay. Oh crap.
And then she was saying
she
right
heard
away,
something. She
something
heard
was
something
happening
to her phone, and you were looking at me, and I was looking at me, and I know you guys. I went like this, and I think it was in the earphones.
Yeah. I don't know if it was in the earphones. I could hear it, though.
Right. I heard it.
Weird.
I thought it was sirens at first, and I went like this, and I went, come on. Then I thought it was a dog howling because of the sirens, but I didn't hear that. But then I put back the earphone, and then I heard, it sounded like a high screeching scream. Is that what you heard?
Yeah.
Oh, crap. And we were talking about the Jesus stuff there. All right, you guys? I'm not pulling your freaking leg. If you guys want to rewind this and go back to the part where we were talking to Heidi,
I wonder if it'll be on there.
I don't think the volume will. You'll listen for it.
Yeah.
But I was looking at him. He was looking at me. I took my earphones off. That's when Heidi says, there's something going on with. I heard it. I thought it was out here, but okay. I'm just telling you what I don't know. I'm not. Whatever. All right. What time is it? We got 6 minutes to go.
6 minutes.
Yeah. So
got a couple minutes, and then I got to go man the board.
Yeah, gonna go man the board. Okay, guys. Yeah. I don't know what my voice is gone. You can tell by my voice the enthusiasm I have doing this. All right. I'm having a blast doing this only because we're figuring this stuff out, and people are not liking it.
Some are, but some aren't.
And some aren't.
Yeah.
All right. And we're gonna show you stuff, and we're gonna talk about stuff on here that no one else has the BALLS to talk about. But we're gonna do it here, like religion for one thing. All right. Whether you like it or not, we're talking about ghosts. We're talking about evil. That's all paranormal stuff, you guys. It is. So, don't take it that we're trying to force feed the Bible and Jesus and God all down your throats because, we're spook hunters. We're trying to get rid of this crap, and it's working. So take it for what it's worth, you guys.
Especially like when they call you and they say there's little kids.
Yes, and that what really.
That one, man. I'm a grandpa and I had a lot of kids, and I want to help the kid thing. I mean, some of the old farts, that don't act right and treat people bad, I could care less.
Right.
But when it's little kids, oh come on.
Yeah, kids in a crib, and they're looking up in the corner and they're crying, they're freaking out, and then when you tell them what to do, they call back and say, "My baby has not cried once. She is smiling, giggling. I've never seen her do that in a long time. Thank you."
I even heard a story where these guys could see, they're holding the baby and the baby's crying, and the guy could see this shadow thing, and it would stick its hand in the baby and twist.
Ooh.
And it would make the baby cry. And they were doing everything they knew, and no matter what, it could attack the baby.
Why don't you go back over there?
And finally, the guy used the right name, and now no more attacks on the baby.
There you go. All right, you guys. Alan is going to move over to the computer because right now Art Bell's people are probably, actually, probably not, but in a couple of minutes will tell us when we have to go. So, okay, you guys. Is 3 hours enough? Probably not, because I still have a whole sheet full of stuff to talk. Okay, so we got 30 seconds left. All right, you guys. Thank you for sticking around. I appreciate from all over the world. I know we have a lot of people watching and listening on Art Bell and Dark Matter Network and on live stream. I appreciate it. And all right, my name is Jeffrey Gonzalez. I appreciate you hanging around and sticking with us. For Alan Thomas, Emerald, who went home sick, and Heidi Hollis, our new reporter, muchas gracias. And we shall see you guys next Sunday. We're going to have a blast just like we did today. You guys take care. Good night.
You have been listening to Paranormal Central with Jeffrey Gonzalez and Alan Thomas, broadcasting worldwide at paranormalcentral.net and on artbell.com. Stay tuned for next time. remember to keep your eyes to the skies. And we hope you witness something you cannot explain.
I'm looking for you. You're looking for me. We have to decide what it will be. Can it be true? Can I believe? We unexplained.